Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Sorry, a few issues there. I thought it was live a few minutes ago when clearly I wasn't. So chatting away, wasn't live. I'm live now. How are you all doing? Welcome. Manchester United versus Blackburn in the FA Cup. Very excited. Team news about to come in any second, and I think it's going to be very interesting. Team news, as it always is when Manchester United play in the FA Cup, and we expect certain players to get picked. So get involved with that. Very interested to see about that. And we will bring you the team news as soon as it's in. Don't worry. Apparently Luke Shaw is not starting, so the team news may well be in already. Let's have a look. No, it isn't in yet. Not officially, anyway. Should probably in about 5 minutes' time. How are you all doing? What team do you expect? I did say on Thursday that I wasn't going to be that critical about the Manchester United lineup today, based on the fact that... so sorry, I'm multitasking. I'm very good at it. Based on the fact that it's all about, people were saying, oh, maybe Schweinsteiger should have played against Saint Etienne. I think if he doesn't play today, there's a massive issue, isn't there? And hopefully that won't be the case because he deserves to play. I think him and Luke Shaw deserve to play. Fosu Mensah as well. They played really well in the last League Cup game against FA Cup game against Wigan. They deserve to be starting today. Low volume, audio up the duff. Good. Okay, can sort that. No worries. I know what that is as well. All going off. I will get it sorted. I know what this is. Right. The day I don't check the audio is always the day it doesn't work. It'll work for you now, don't worry. So you're suddenly about to get a very, very big increase in audio. Apologies for that. I these days I actually just think, sod it. I wish I had a glass of wine. Don't worry, your audio's about to get fixed. I had it on different audio settings, which it normally defaults to naturally, but this time, and sometimes it doesn't as well. I'll tell you what though, the audio might not be great, but the lighting is superb, if I say so myself. Audio should be better now. Thanks everyone. Okay, as you can see, we are live a little bit early, so I wanted to just get on this very quickly and let you know about this because this is exclusive to United Stand. You'll see it going along the bottom of the news where we'll have the team news in a minute. But we have got a fantastic offer for you. If you're into your betting, you've got to be over 18 years of age. And you've got to... Spurs have just got their second goal against Fulham, so they'll be going through. You've got to be over 18, gamble responsibly. However, we have got a deal with Bet81, who have offered us up a Paul Scholes shirt. You just sign up with them and you go into the draw, which will be next Sunday at the League Cup final. We're giving a signed Paul Scholes shirt away. But also for new sign-ups, every week they're going to give us special odds that we are going to put towards them. So we've asked them today, can you do Manchester United to win this game against Blackburn with over 2.5 goals in the game? So that includes any goals that Blackburn score or United. And I'm confident they'll be over 2.5 goals. 7-1. I've signed up on it. Put a fiver on it, it's 35 quid in your pocket, and it's highly likely to happen. I think United will win today, and I think there'll be over 2.5 goals on it. How do you sign up? It's in the video description. That's why we're a little bit early, so you can all get signed up on that. Video description to do it, second paragraph down, sign up for it, go through the log-on process of signing up, and then go back to that page, the terms and conditions, and in the first paragraph, it's got the actual link to put the click on, to put that bet on and get it at 7-1. And you automatically go in the draw for the Paul Scholes thing. So I would say probably about 100 of you have signed up, maybe between 50 and 100. So you've got between 50 and 100 to 1 chance to win a Paul Scholes signed shirt collector's item next Sunday. So get yourself signed up on that. You've only got about an hour before kick-off to do it. Manchester United to beat Blackburn at 7-1. Nobody's offering that, and that's what we're looking to do for you with this company. We will be throwing you up odds that better than anybody. There'll be specific bets. We can't do across every Manchester United bet, but that one you won't find it anywhere. Team news we are waiting for. Definitely we're waiting on that. And we will have Ross joining with me any minute. So yes, that is the 21bet is the company. There's the details below. Get yourself signed up on it quickly. Jeff Holt says, how are you going to keep your independence when you're aligning yourself with a betting company? Very easily, Jeff. We are independent. Nobody tells us what to do. We only sign up with companies where we can get stuff for our viewers, i.e. signed Paul Scholes shirts and favourable odds. They have no input on our output or anything like that. So either that's quite a naive comment, Jeff, or maybe it's a little try and dig at us. but you may have noticed over the last few months that most fan channels are full-time. We're not full-time. We try to compete with other fan channels for you to provide this, look at the set and everything that Draughty Devil provides. We do that in our own time. We will be extinct within 6 months if we carry on doing things in our own spare time the way we have. We need to bring money into it. We need to bring prizes into it for you lot, and that's what we're trying to do. But we will never lose our independence, so don't worry about that, Jeff. And if you've got a problem with it, don't sign up to it. But we will only ever do stuff that's going to give something back to you lot. Okay, so that's how you win the Paul Scholes thing. Video description, and you'll get United at 7-1 today. I've put it on. A few of the lads have put it on. A lot of I think Mad Marcus has as well, because I think it's never money in the bank, but 7-1 to get United to win over 2.5 goals. I think we'll comfortably do it. So there you go. Frumpy Elf wants a shout out. Ross is joining me on the show. Ross, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, Mark?
I'm very good, thanks, pal. You?
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good.
Let me just get you up on screen. Hopefully this will work, because I am actually a bit far away from my router, so sometimes it plays up, but hopefully it'll be fine. If it does, I'll just knock you to audio, but we'll give it a go.
No worries.
No team needs in at the moment, I don't think.
No, but next couple of minutes, I assume. The Tottenham game did come out exactly an hour before, so hopefully this will stay the same. 'Cause it's always, you never know of a cup game, do you? It can be a bit weird.
No, I thought it was going to be a little bit early, which is why I went on live early. But it's going to be an hour before then, isn't it? I think Europa League's always a bit earlier than an hour, normally an hour and a quarter. So we've got no team news. I've heard Luke Shaw might not start. I was just building this up a little bit, Ross. That I don't know how you're going to react, but I've got to stick to what I said on Thursday. There'll be certain selections today that if they're not picked, I won't be very happy about it. Somebody said, well, they might play in the Europa League game. That's nonsense to me. If he was going to play the likes of Schweinsteiger and Shaw, today was always going to be the day to do that. And I don't think he'd change that based on Saint Etienne, because I think he'd always have his plan for that. And he'd have been working towards that. I mean, these are top athletes, and they'll have been, well prepared that they're going to be playing today.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a catch-22 for me, though, because I want to see a lot of youth players playing. I want to see Luke Shaw's not a youth player. I did like Mourinho's comments about the fact that he is definitely staying at United. I enjoyed that one, but this is a tough game, and given what's happened in the FA Cup with Lincoln going through and stuff, I think we need to take this game seriously, and I think Jose may go down that route, to be honest. Especially, this is an easily winnable competition for us, I think, given who's left in it. I think Chelsea are our hardest opposition, but they're going to be gunning for the league as far as I'm concerned. So we need to take this one seriously at the same time as kind of putting out a team that the fans want to see, because I want to see some youth in this team, but I'm starting to regard sort of the Fosu Mensahs as well, not as youth, but as actual first team players anyway. So I just want to see the peripherals in this team.
Jacob Nielsen's already hit on the super chat. I forgot about that. You can contribute to the channel now through YouTube on the live comments through the $sign there if it's available in your country. We'll give you a shout out, but also please do put a question in there, because we want to, we don't just want to shout out for a contribution. We want to, read what you've got to say. So Jacob Nielsen, you've contributed 20. I think it's Swedish dollars, about $5, so that's great. Please do ask us a question, and if you want to contribute to the channel, you can do that through the super chat $sign. I think the team news is probably out.
It is out, yeah.
It is out. Okay, so I'll read it, and then we'll go to Ross as usual. No Schweinsteiger starting, no Luke Shaw starting, no Fosu Mensah starting. Fosu Mensah's not even on the bench. So Romero in goal, Ashley Young. Smalling and Rojo centre backs. Darmian at left back. Jesus Christ. Okay. Carrick as captain. Herrera. And then I don't know what he's doing here. He's got Carrick and Herrera. He might be playing 4-4-2, I suppose. So we've got Lingard, Mkhitaryan, Martial, Rashford. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm not unhappy with that. I don't understand why Schweinsteiger's not playing. The bench: Henderson, Bailly, Shaw, Schweinsteiger, Pogba, Mata, Ibrahimovic. Give us your thoughts, Ross. I'll get that typed up for everybody.
Do you know what? You said it, first name, Ashley Young. Look, we all knew it was going to happen, like the politics, and he has stayed, so he was going to get game time. Right back is probably the right position for him, to be honest, and hopefully they won't cause too much of a threat, because he's probably the weak link. Our both fullbacks are probably the weak link in our team. Darmian over Luke Shaw. It's so frustrating. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one because that just pisses me off. Carrick, yeah, agree with that. Herrera, yeah, agree with that again. Resting Pogba. I think that's the right move. We'd like to have seen Fosu Mensah at least on the bench with some other youth names. And I think the front four, which I'm going to call them, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think Lingard should get game time, especially in games like this. I don't want him to start any sort of league games or important games for us. I think this is perfect for Lingard. I still think he has a job to do for United, whether it's on the bench or just as a media campaign. But yeah, it's a disappointing team. And I don't, you know what? Call me naive because I don't watch a lot of I watch United reserves, but I don't watch past that, and I do not know who Henderson is. I haven't got a clue.
He's a goalie. That's all I know. You know what? I tell you what. I've got to be bloody honest here. I can't hold back. Tyrone Williams has contributed a £5. Thanks, Tyrone. I know you're massively on the live comments there, and you've been a guest on Skype Goldbridge, and you're more than welcome to come on anytime you want to call in. He says, I have a feeling Luke Shaw could leave United with Cresswell coming in as a replacement. Shaw and Borthwick Jackson should have featured this season. Well, obviously, Jose Mourinho has said that Luke Shaw won't be going in the summer, but I can't be hypocritical about this. What the hell is Ashley Young doing playing at right back? I mean, unless somebody can tell me Fosu Mensah's injured, what the hell is that? This is the big reason I didn't want him to stay in January. I wanted him gone, piss off to China, you oxygen thief, overpaid, past it. And I like Ashley Young. Despite what I've just said there, I like Ashley Young. But he's finished at Manchester United. He offers us nothing. Him playing today in an FA Cup game against Blackburn Rovers, there is no future in it. He's on the decline. He offers us nothing. You've got a right back who played very well against Wigan in the last round. He's not even on the bench. So unless he is injured, and I've not heard anything about that, we are not using a youth player for Ashley Young, who's into his 30s. He's on 120 grand a week. China wanted him. He was going to go. And for some reason, we keep him in. I mean, the only thing I'm not amazed about is that Fellaini's not starting. He's not even on the bench. But that's a positive. And then I replicate on the left-hand side. Darmian's had loads of chances and been crap since Christmas. Luke Shaw had one game against Wigan. He wasn't brilliant. I'll admit he wasn't brilliant, but he was better than anything Luke Shaw's done. And we start Darmian on the left as well. I'm just highly frustrated about it, Ross. Really not. And the Ashley Young one for me is just it's just. I'm not going to say the word disgrace because that's over egging the pudding. But it's not right. It's not right on any level. And for the biggest reason, if Ashley Young was 25, I'd go, maybe Mourinho fancies him more than Fosu Mensah. But there's just no point in it. It begs this player to stay when most Manchester United fans wanted him to go. I know there'll be some United fans out there going, what you're moaning about nothing, support the team, this bollocks and all that lot. But there is a responsibility at Manchester United to bring the youth through. And I don't understand why he's not playing. Maybe I'm over-egging the pudding a bit, Ross, but I don't understand.
No, I get your frustrations, Mark, to be honest. And it's annoying. I love Jose Mourinho and I love everything he's done with United. I love the fact that I love the fact that what he's done to Martial, to be honest, because he's brought them back stronger. He's brought Mkhitaryan back stronger. At the start of the season, he said he only wants specialists in positions and he's not going to be filling, square pegs with round holes. But Ashley Young, he's a left winger, was a number 10 at one point. He's not a right back. That is the definition of that saying, playing Ashley Young at right back. And you're also playing a right back in Darmian at left back. I know he can play left back, but he's not a specialist left back by all means. And you look at the bench and we've got specialist left back in Luke Shaw, who can't seem to get a game at the minute. And we had this frustration with Mkhitaryan and we had it with Martial as well, and I just hope that Shaw does eventually get a chance, but looking bleak at the minute because the last two games have been perfect, but can't get a look in.
I'll just jump in there because obviously we've got this promotion going up at the bottom, so I've not put the team up yet. The team, is Romero in goal, Ashley Young at right back. Boo! Boo! I'm only joking. Don't boo Man United players. Only do it on the United stand. Rojo and Smalling as centre backs, Darmian at left back, Carrick and Herrera. To be fair, from here it gets okay. Carrick and Herrera, Lingard, Martial, Mkhitaryan and Rashford. So happy with that because Rashford's probably going to play up front. So it's exciting there. I mean, one player we've not mentioned in there. I mean, for those who've just joined a little bit late, I'm bloody furious that Ashley Young's playing. Fosu Mensah's not even on the bench. Fosu Mensah not on the bench. Luke Shaw's on the bench, and Schweinsteiger's on the bench. The funny thing is, Ross, I put a tweet out this morning onto the United Stand at United Stand MUFC, give it a plug, and said, what 3 players do you, the fans, want to see starting today? If you've got, obviously there's 11 players that get picked, but what are the 3 you really want to say? Head and shoulders above anybody else, the 3 that kept coming out were Luke Shaw, Bastian Schweinsteiger, and Fosu Mensah, and none of them are starting. And you know what? I warned this on Thursday night, and so many people were like, don't moan about it. They'll definitely play on Sunday in the FA Cup because that's what Mourinho's keeping them back for, because they've been playing in the FA Cup and they played really well against Wigan. They'll definitely play. Twansebe will be on the bench. No Twansebe on the bench. No Fosu Mensah on the bench. Schweinsteiger and Shaw on the bench. I think it's wrong. I really do think it's wrong. And the reason I think it's wrong is, 1, we're moving away from what's important to United, which is youth. And 2, what the hell, I've not mentioned him yet, what the hell more can Bastian Schweinsteiger do? This is a World Cup winner. He's one of the best midfielders of the last 15 years, and he's still better than Michael Carrick. And I love Michael Carrick. He's still better than him. In his last game, he played the full game. He put the best cross I've seen in all season. He scored a goal. He ran the midfield in the second half. He's not kicked a ball since. It's not right. It's not right at all. And don't expect him to play against Saint Etienne. If I hear somebody come out with that bollocks that, he's going to play him against Saint Etienne because we're 4-0 up, 3-0 up. But rubbish. I don't buy into that at all. This was the game to play them, and he decided not to do it. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go even further. I love Michael Carrick. Everyone knows I love Michael Carrick. But we learned sod all from playing Michael Carrick today against Blackburn in the FA Cup. Carrick should be playing on Wednesday night to captain the team and get us through it. He should not be playing. There's no point. That is Schweinsteiger's role, and I'm not happy about that either.
No, look, let's try and spin one positive light on it. It's the fact that we're not seeing Zlatan, today, which I think is good. It's nice to see Rashford play up front. It's nice to see that whole front 4, to be honest. Martial, I think that's his 3rd start in a row now, which is massive. And that's a massive testament to Martial's fitness as well. It just shows that Jose's got faith in the guy, which I'm pleased to see that. And Martial will obviously get rested against St Etienne, which means he'll be fighting fit for the weekend. I totally agree with what you're saying about Schweinsteiger, though, Mark. I think he's a better player than Michael Carrick at the moment, especially because he's in his twilight now. He's not going to sign a new contract. Testimonial is already booked in. He's going to leave at the end of the season. So what did we learn from playing Michael Carrick today? Nothing. Absolutely
same
sod all.
as Ashley Young. Same as Ashley Young. Absolutely no
exactly.
point. There's no
it's
point
ridiculous. In it. I did see a comment from Mad Marcus, saying, hang on, Ashley Young can cross. And I agree with that. And Ashley Young will probably play well today. Probably get an assist today, to be honest. But it goes back to what you just said, Mark. What are we going to gain from playing Ashley Young today? Might get the win, but going into next season, you've got players like Fosu Mensah that have only played 2 times this season. Will probably be a little bit unsettled. Ashley Young leaves playing 10, 12 games, and we're back to square one. So I agree with that. It's frustrating.
Draughty Devil's just asking me where the subs counter is. I've just put it up there because we're obviously on the old one now, and there's nowhere ready to put it. So that's where it is. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are the United Stand. It is the fan channel. I know there's a lot of people not happy with the reaction that we've given there, so I've got to look at it from the other way. I've taken a deep breath. I've let my rant out. I'm not happy with the team. I'm not happy that Schweinsteiger and Fosu Mensah and Shaw and Twansebe are not involved because they've not had 1 minute since the last round of the FA Cup where they all played really well. I don't think it's fair. But what is Jose Mourinho? I said it in the summer. He's a short-term manager. And Sir Ross, I don't know why I'm calling you Sir. Ross said there that it's... I don't know why I'm losing it. As you said there about Ashley Young, it is about Ashley Young. What does he offer after this season? Nothing. What does he offer now? A bit of experience and he can cross. For me, there's your explanation. Clear and simple. Jose Mourinho's not thinking about the future of Manchester United. He's not thinking about this would be good for Fosu Mensah. He's not thinking about Schweinsteiger deserves to start. He's thinking Carrick's ahead of Schweinsteiger in my mind. He plays. Ashley Young's more experienced than Fosu Mensah. He plays. It's short-termism to win a football match. And actually, a lot of people would be quite happy with that. And if you are, fine. But I'm not going to move away from what I believe in. And I just, Sir Alex Ferguson's era is gone. Sir Matt Busby's era is gone. But the way they manage the club and the way we always want this club to be managed, you can guarantee that Fosu Mensah would be playing today at right back and not Ashley Young. And that's as simple as I can say. And that's why I get frustrated about it. If you're the other way and you say it's more important to win a game, tell you what, I don't believe we can, Ross, win all these tournaments. For as long as it lasts, I'm really excited about it. But I don't believe we can win them all. And I don't, the FA Cup, should really Martial be playing in this game? Should Herrera should, because he can't play on Wednesday, but should Martial be playing? Should Mkhitaryan be playing? Well, Mkhitaryan missed Thursday, so yeah, you should say that. I just think we should be using the squad cleverer than we are anyway. You've got players like Schweinsteiger who could just play today, and it frees up somebody else not playing who may have played on Wednesday. I mean, I know Fellaini's not involved, but I'd rather he wasn't involved permanently. I don't know. I mean, Jose Mourinho, he is what he is. There we go. SN Siddharth has made a contribution to the channel through the super chat. He says, huge fan, Mark. I'm a silent fan, but I support this channel fully and don't let haters get to you. Please keep it up. Helps me a lot watching videos. Thank you very much for that. I will take some of your live comments before I go to Ross just to see what the general consensus is. Chad Sproul saying that Shaw is a bit chunky. Fosu Mensah should have started the game, says Lovenish. Keelan says that Shaw is getting the Martial treatment, which he may well be. No left footer starting, says Aidan Garner. Mike York thinks Shaw will be gone in the summer, despite Mourinho saying yesterday he won't. Shfi Mello, from South Africa, he says, I can honestly only agree with Mark. Playing Young over a youth player makes no sense at all. I'm certain he's leaving in the summer, so what's the point? Can't play players just because they're nice guys. Well, you said it was political. I mean, I'll come back to some of your comments. You did say it was political with Ashley Young, Ross, to be fair, didn't you? Because you were on about that, saying that as soon as he kept, Young had not been even on the bench. And recently, since he's been begged to stay in January, he's always on the bench and now he's starting games. I mean, the reality is, if we just let him go in January, we wouldn't have this Ashley Young at right back problem.
Yeah, there is. There's something going on. It's annoying as a fan. You never kind of know the ins and outs and you have to kind of guess and assume. But I can imagine that Ashley Young, he's quite a big character in that dressing room. I know you've got bigger characters in it, but he is the club DJ and I wonder if some of the players might have, set up a little bit of a campaign to keep him potentially. You never know, which might have aided the keeping of him because at the time it made no sense whatsoever. It was almost like Terrar, Ashley Young. He's a nice guy, but we're happy to have players like that. But just to shoehorn them in like this today is slightly disappointing. There's a lot of comments saying I threw Mad Marcus under the bus, and I don't really think I did, Mark.
No, well, and if you did, he's more than the bus will probably bounce off him. Don't worry about that. He's thick-skinned, and he can give it as good as he can take it. That's what she said. Roma Dude, Mark, Mourinho's messing up again today with the lineup. Hope is not going to cost us. I'm reassembling similar facial features like Mourinho. I think I'm going to get an aesthetic operation. Okay. It should have been Carrick and Bastian instead of Carrick and Herrera, says Lovenish. I would have gone Herrera and Schweinsteiger. I don't see the point in Carrick. I don't see the point in Carrick because he's been dropping Carrick. Somebody just said to me on Twitter, actually, because I'd said that Schweinsteiger and Fosu Mensah and Shaw deserve to start because the last time they played really well and they've done nothing wrong. And somebody said, how can you back Mourinho but then you criticise his selections, you hypocrite? I don't know what world people live in, but I live in a real world where I like things, but I don't necessarily back everything they do because that would be gullible and naive. I back Mourinho as the right manager for Manchester United. I backed Sir Alex Ferguson for nearly 3 decades, but I still used to sit there with some of his team lineups and go, what is he doing? 9 times out of 10, he proved me wrong, but that's what being a fan is. I don't agree with some of the things today. I think we could have picked, I think certain players deserve to start, and I think it was more in fitting of the way Manchester United should be going. I think the Ashley Young one's the one. And Schweinsteiger, I do think Schweinsteiger was man of the match against Wigan. He scored a goal. He made a goal with a superb cross. He ran the midfield in the second half, and he's not had a minute since. I think that's wrong. Who would I fit him in for? Carrick. Simple. I wouldn't play Carrick today, I'd play Schweinsteiger. So I think that's wrong, and I think it's unfair. But maybe there's something a little bit political about that, because maybe Mourinho just doesn't want to force Schweinsteiger into the team. But the Ashley Young over Fosu Mensah, who doesn't even make it onto the bench, is I'd argue that one with anybody all day. That is just wrong. Ashley Young, he's finished. He's finished. He offers us nothing. I don't care if he plays like Messi today. He offers us nothing. He's got no future. He's on decline. He's like Rooney, but Rooney offers a lot more. He's on the decline. He's on a lot of money. He shouldn't be at the club anymore. And Fosu Mensah should start. Fosu Mensah's exciting. He's learning the game. He needs to play in games like this. Ashley Young, you're coming towards the end. Time moves on, and I just do not agree with that decision at all. But I back the manager. I just don't have to back some of his selections, Ross.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rooney offers a lot more to United than Young, but we haven't got Rooney or Fellaini today. I don't know if that's still an injury for Rooney, or you're going to believe the rumours that he's actually going to go in a few weeks, because I keep seeing that, to be honest, and it doesn't seem to want to die away. But you know what? If Fellaini's not injured, I think this is a testament to sort of Mourinho maybe realising that Fellaini isn't actually that good, because the last few games Fellaini's played, he has been hauled off at half-time for awful performances, to be honest. And it'd be interesting to see if he is actually injured, or if maybe he's starting to realise that Fellaini's no good.
Maybe. Michael Nudo says on the live comments, this lineup is like this, Mark, because Jose said in his press conference that he is taking the FA Cup seriously. So mentality-wise, he wants a strong team to win. It's a stronger team with Schweinsteiger in it for one. It's a stronger team with Fosu Mensah in it for Ashley Young for two. And what was he doing a few weeks ago against Wigan then when he did play those players? Has he suddenly decided he's going to take it seriously? That would be a hypocritical argument for me. Flat track bully Harry Kane scored a hat-trick, I think. Loads of people will be on about him again. They're playing Fulham. Let's see if he can do it against the big teams like us. Jay Harrod, I love Shaw and I wish he stays at this massive. There's no way that I would be concerned if Mourinho hadn't come out like he did yesterday and say there's no way Luke Shaw's going to leave, because why Luke Shaw wouldn't play in this game, I don't know again. Darmian, he's an odd one, isn't he, Ross? Because Darmian was involved and was playing crap, and we were like, why is he playing him at left back? Then he dropped him for a while and we were like, thank God that's over. Then he's brought him back in again when he's got a natural left back to play. Mourinho's his own man, but I tell you what, the great thing about Mourinho is it's never going to be boring, because I do back him. He is the right man. I wouldn't swap him for anybody. But he is going to bloody frustrate us, because, as people might know, my dad supports Chelsea. And he said it'll be a great ride, but he'll frustrate the hell out of you at times, because he's such a stubborn man and he does things his way. And, he's got his favourites. And he does things that, he does things to exert his authority sometimes. And also he does things because it's not what everyone would expect him to do. There we go.
The frustrating thing about this is going to be is that Luke Shaw's going to come on probably after about 60, 65 minutes, play fantastic, probably get an assist, and in the press conference, Mourinho would just slate him for a one bit of positional inaccuracy, which that's what frustrates me, is that he's very reluctant to praise players like that when they do play well, and he's been the same with Martial, and he's kind of jumped on the Mkhitaryan bandwagon now, and all of a sudden he's his favourite player. And maybe Martial turned into that, but he seems to be so critical of Luke Shaw. There's obviously something there. I don't know if it's attitude, or I did see a comment saying that he might be overweight. I don't believe that for one instance, to be honest. So something's not right.
No, I'd agree with that. Team news, just in case. I realise that some people might be joining us a little bit later. Obviously, Romero in goal. De Gea totally rested for this one because Henderson's on the bench. Ashley Young at right back, Rojo and Smalling centre backs, Darmian at left back, Carrick and Herrera, and then Lingard, Mkhitaryan, Martial and Rashford. So it is an exciting front line. I think we're going to talk about that in a minute, actually, Ross. We'll try and forget the disappointment of no Schweinsteiger, Shaw or Fosu Mensah in the team. Shaw and Schweinsteiger do make it on the bench. Fosu Mensah not even on the bench. That's what you get when you keep Ashley Young at the club. I just think it's the wrong message. I do, and I'll keep saying that. He offers us absolutely nothing, and he's an oxygen thief taking somebody else's place. But that's the manager's decision. But let's talk about positives. Mkhitaryan's obviously back today. No Rooney. I think I expected Rooney to start this game, but he's obviously injured, which, to be honest, I think is a positive, because by Rooney being injured, it means we get to see probably Rashford up front. Martial on the left. I don't necessarily agree with Martial playing today, because it's a little bit of pressure for him, really, because he's got to perform in a game. Imagine if he had a bad performance and he might not be back in the team again then. I think Martial should be considered a first-team player, but Mkhitaryan is as well, and maybe he just feels that Martial's not played a lot of football, and a run of games would be good for him. Lingard playing, he divides opinion. I think Lingard, this is the perfect sort of game for him to play, because this is what Lingard is a squad player.
Yeah, the interesting thing is about playing sort of Martial and Mkhitaryan is the fact that there's no one really to come off the bench and replace them. So you've got obviously Mata, but he's not a like-for-like replacement for Martial unless you put Mkhitaryan out left. So you've got to assume they're going to be playing large parts of this game. But I do agree with playing Martial, to be honest. It's nice to see him play 3 games in a row, because I haven't seen that in quite a long time. And I think given the fact that Wednesday, I think, is a write-off, I think we can pretty much put any team out there and come out not on a 3-goal deficit. So I think that's a write-off. So I think most of the players that we'll see today will not be playing on Wednesday, apart from maybe Rashford, to give him 2 games in a row, because there's no way that he will be starting for our next game, which I think is Bournemouth. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it is a good. I'm pleased to see Lingard. He gets so much stick for his Instagram, stuff, which is a bit of a joke, but. You know what? It's not just him.
It's not a joke. United. It's not a joke, Ross. It really isn't funny.
I know. It's not funny, but it's not just him. It's Manchester United as well. They're promoting the guy. Adidas are involved. You can't put all the blame on him. And do you know what? He made a difference when he come on against St Etienne. I think he's never going to start for Manchester United, or we're never going to win trophies starting Jesse Lingard. But to bring him on in certain games and as a squad player, I think he's the sort of player that would be happy, like Ashley Young playing 5-10 games a season. And that's what he is for us. And I think in every squad, in every league-winning team, you need them sort of players that are happy to play 10, 15 games a season and try their best when they get a game. And United have always had them. We've always had John O'Shea, just to name one, who just tends to sit on the bench for most of the season. So it's nice to see players like that playing. And looking at that 4 that we've got, we should be battering Blackburn today. I mean, I do take note in Blackburn's results, because I've got family up in Blackburn, but yeah, we should be absolutely battering them today with that team. So it'd be an interesting game, and one that you'd hope would win 3-4-0.
Yeah, I was going to say that you're gonna go with a high scoring game. They're in the bottom 3, Blackburn. I don't know whether people realise that.
I actually predicted correctly on Thursday that it would win 3-0, and today I'm going to go with 4-0. I think Romero's just got this lucky touch where every time he plays, he gets clean sheets. I mean, the statistics are ridiculous. He's an absolute liability in goal for me. I know a lot of people disagree. I know Louise O'Donoghue massively disagrees with it. I'll see her on the live comments, but
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, his opinion. My opinion is he's a liability, but he's also a lucky charm because he always gets a clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, some people come on here and get quite abusive about different opinions, and that's the whole point of the United Stand. It really isn't. You can take on board what we say, but sometimes we'll say stuff like somebody just said you're being really harsh on Ashley Young. I'm not. That's my opinion. It's not the United Stand opinion. And I've explained why I've been harsh on Ashley Young. I don't think he should be at the club anymore. I think he's an oxygen thief, and I say that because he's taken Fosu Mensah's place. But the manager's behind that. It's the same with Lingard. You can dislike Lingard, but it's the club and Adidas who are behind that. And yes, he makes himself look a complete idiot, having people taking his photo and getting him to sign autographs. I mean, who are these people? They're clearly being paid to do that. But, making him out to be some superstar, which he's never going to be. But if you're Jesse Lingard, you're not going to refuse that as a young lad. You're going to believe your own hype, aren't you? Part of that is being a footballer. You've got to believe your own hype. Actually, Jesse Lingard, to be totally honest with you, he's a squad player at Manchester United at best. He's never going to be first team. And people think he will be. People who think he will be are people who get confused with his age because they think he is a youth player and that is important. But he's 24 now. So, and the only saving grace Jesse Lingard could have, and Sir Alex Ferguson always said it, was when he fills out, it might make him a better player. But he might be one of them players who's a streak of piss all his life, like Peter Crouch. And if that's the case, that's the case. But he's a decent squad player, and I'm interested to watch Lingard today because I think I remember that first half against West Brom mid-December. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he's not been that good since then. So be interested to see if he can get some form back, because it's a key time. And as somebody just said, we wouldn't have won the FA Cup without him. I want to talk about Rooney. There are rumours going around that Rooney's not injured and he's actually sorting out the deals to go to China, because the Chinese transfer window closes in 10 days' time, and United might be quite happy to get rid of him for 40 million. We put it out yesterday. It was a 50-50 split. 50% basically saying take the money and run. 50% of Rooney lovers, of which I think Ross is one, saying we should keep him. We will be talking about him in a minute, but it'd be remiss of me not to go back to this, because we're getting very, very close to kick-off. We've signed up not really a partnership, but a sort of betting partnership thing with 21Bet, who I've just put up there. You can see the details going on the bottom of the screen there. And to sign up, it's in the video description, second paragraph. You've got half an hour to get onto this. It'll only take you about 2 or 3 minutes to sign up anyway. Go to the link, video description, click it, load up your details, and then when you're ready to do this special bet, just go back to that page, go to the terms and conditions. It's got the link to the 7-to-1 bet. Essentially what it is we've signed up with them. They're going to do as preferential bets, better than anybody else in the market, each week for sign-ups, and we will be doing them for people who sign up as well. So I've got onto this one. I don't know whether Ross has. Manchester United to win this game against Blackburn today are 7-to-1. You won't get a better odd than that. It's Manchester United to win and over 2.5 goals in the game, which I think there will be. It's not for United to score more than 2.5 goals. It's 2.5 goals in the game. So 2-1 to United will get the bet home. 7-to-1. You put a fiver on it, you win 35 quid. It's a massive, massive odds. You'll never really get that on a Manchester United game, and we will be doing these each week for you, a specified bet. And also, to top it all off, if you sign up this week, you go into the draw for a signed Paul Scholes signed Paul Scholes shirt. Get my words out. That's what she said. And it realistically, it's only people who sign up on this link. So there might be only 50 people who sign up. You've got a 1 in 50 chance. That'll be rewarded. We'll name the winner on the FA Cup, on the League Cup watch-along next Sunday. You win a signed Paul Scholes shirt. So get signed up. But I'd sign up just to get the 7-to-1 odds. It's massive, and I have signed up because I want to get that, and I think we will win this game, and I think there will be more than 3 goals in the game, Ross. I don't know whether you've put any on today.
I haven't, but I am going to do that one. That's just basically giving money away. That 35 quid off a fiver for that. I mean, the only result that could possibly kick that in the nuts is 1-0 or 2-0 United, which is not going to happen. So yeah, that's just giving money away. So I will sign up to that as soon as I come off here. So
well, somebody just
I'm
said,
looking forward to that.
What's the normal odds of the game? What's the normal odds you can get for Manchester United to win and 2.5 goals in the game? It's evens, so it's up to 7-to-1 enhanced, and you'll only get that through here. Remember, you've got to be over 18, and remember to bet. If you're not, some people don't like betting, so gamble responsibly. But I've signed up for it. Moguk says it's a rip-off. You only get 7-to-1 odds as a bonus bet. I don't know what you're on about there, mate. It's 7-to-1. That's the odds. You sign up.
What a lot of them do is that the actual winnings you get as bonus bets. So you get £35, which you'll have to bet again with, which is great if you're doing like a £100 challenge, because as soon as you bet it again, it's your money. So I agree with that. I don't think betting companies can just give their money away, but I think it's a brilliant deal, absolutely brilliant.
Well, you just go and bet on something like
exactly.
You just use that 35 bonus bet to put it on something that's going to come in, isn't it? Next week League Cup final, United to win it. You double your money, so you're going to probably get 50 quid. That's how I'm going to do it anyway, and I have signed up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's talk Rooney to China. Do you think there's anything in this, Ross? I think he's injured. I don't think he's going anywhere, and the big reason I don't think he's going anywhere, look at the idiot we've got playing at right back today. I'm sorry to call Ashley Young an idiot. He's not personally an idiot, but I'm just frustrated that we kept somebody who was basically spoilt and wanted to go. Mourinho's begged him to stay, and now because we've begged him to stay, he's obviously made him promises that we shouldn't have kept, and instead of Fosu Mensah playing, we've got Ashley Young playing. So I don't for 1 minute think that we're going to beg someone like Ashley Young to stay, and then we're going to let Rooney go.
Yeah, I don't think Rooney would go. I don't think he'd want to go this season. I think I can almost guarantee you he's sorting out his deal for next season. There's no way he's going to be a Manchester United player next season. with the amount of cup competitions we're in, and Rooney does have a taste and a thirst for winning competitions, and the fact that we've never won the Europa League, that'd all be in the back of his mind. And I think if he left and we did go on to say win a double, it'd be really disappointed with that, the fact that he's missed out. And it'd be nice for him. And I think it's the right way for him to do it. It's to be the bit part player this season. He's broken the record. At the end of the season, he can leave. In the summer, it's kind of easier to leave with a bit of grace. And he's already had his testimonial, so the club can do like a huge thank you Rooney campaign, and it'll kind of keep us entertained while nothing's going on in the summer. So I think that's the way the club and Rooney will want to play it. And because he does, even though he's a bit part player and that's how he should be, he's still got a say in what we do this season. I mean, he's the only reason why we have a point against, I've forgot the team now, but he saved a point, I think it was Stoke, where he broke the record. So he does have a say in what we do this season, but it's just not as much of a say as he probably wants or we would like to see. But his powers have diminished, unfortunately, and it is disappointing. Like every other day I see like a Twitter Rooney's best goals of the last sort of decade, and fantastic, and he was a fantastic player, but he's not there anymore. And I think his time at United is over, and I'd like him to leave sort of in the summer with a bit of grace. And we don't want to do to Rooney what Arsenal fans do to Arsene Wenger, which is sort of call for him to leave. I think he should just leave with a bit of grace at the end of the season.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's funny actually, because a few weeks ago there was a Twitter account, I think it's called @Rooney-esque, and he took my reaction to the Stoke goal where I didn't react at all and tried to make out
that.
He got a load of retweets on it and basically humiliated me. Well, it would have humiliated me if I let things like that bother me. But this week on Valentine's Day we did a love-in, and it was basically it started from quarterfinals and it was basically polled all the way to the final. And Rooney, to be fair, he got all the way to the final and he got battered by Mkhitaryan. And the reason Rooney got all the way to the final is because this Rooney-esque just totally and utterly is devoted to Rooney and was getting all his mates to vote for Rooney. And he actually said, "Oh, I'm sorry for doing that because you're a nice bloke." And I said, "Don't worry about it. It's just banter." And I said, a lot of my thing, I ain't got a problem with Rooney. I don't want Rooney to go. I think Ross has just hit the nail on the head. Rooney's got a lot to offer Manchester United, but probably only for the next 3 months. But what a 3 months it can be. Him and Carrick are massive characters in the dressing room. You listen to Rashford and that, and they are absolutely in awe of them. I think after this summer they need to go, because people like Rashford need to be not in awe of people like Rooney, because they are the future. But for the next 3 months, I don't want Wayne Rooney to go. I think he just offers so much in and around the club and on the pitch at times. He just shouldn't be starting games. That's all it is. So I don't think he'll go. I'd be amazed if he went. The only reason we might let him go is if Rooney wants to go. And from a business decision, £40 million for Rooney would be ridiculous. I mean, I said it yesterday, and people went mad about this. I said, you know what? If somebody offered me £40 million for Rooney, I would do it, because £40 million as a business decision is brilliant. If somebody offered me £100 million for Mata, I'd do it. I don't want Mata to leave Manchester United, but £100 million for Mata, it'd have to be from China, obviously, because they're just silly with their money. That £100 million, you'd get Griezmann for that. So the only reason it could happen this month would be a business decision. But if Mourinho is so adamant that he wants to keep people like Ashley Young, I can't see for the life of me why I'd let Wayne Rooney go.
No, and it's not just £40 million either, is it? It's £40 million plus about £1 million a month in wages, plus any bonuses that he'll have for probably completing amount of games or goals or season, and winning a cup he'll probably be due another huge bonus. So for a business decision, you would save a hell of a lot of money, and selling Rooney for £40 million over the course of it will probably pay for a player like Griezmann to come in the summer. But hopefully we can still demand that kind of fee come the summer, and yeah, I'd love to see him go to China for that sort of money. It'd be fantastic, because it seems Chelsea are getting all the China money at the minute.
Kick-off is at 4:15. So some people think it's 4:30. It's 4:30 next week for the League Cup final, but it's 4:15 today. What else we want to talk about? Mourinho came out saying if he wants to go, he can. Luke Neal. He did. He did more or less say that, yeah. I mean, I think Ross is right. He's gone in the summer. I'd like to see him go to Everton. I'd really follow his career with interest if he'd go to Everton. George Kyle says, subscribe, people. If you are new to the United Stand, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, the hologram there. We've got our live counter up in the top left corner. It's a bit bigger than it should be, but we need to sort that out. But hopefully we'll get to 69,000 today, hopefully. So do subscribe, get involved. I think you found a great community. We've got a lot of content today, actually. It's a good day to shout the show out because we've got, obviously, the Watchalong, live match reaction straight after, and Sunday Night Live at 8:30. So that's our flagship show, and we'll be talking, basically, tonight at 8:30. What is Jose Mourinho's best 11? And the second strand to that, which has created a lot of debate on our new Reddit forum, what should our 11 be in August next year? So we're talking about signings as well. So interesting show ahead. But FA Cup, Ross, I'm going to let you go in a minute because I know you want to sign up on that deal. But FA Cup, quarterfinals next. It'd be nice to win this game and then get Lincoln.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, hopefully we can have. I mean, when we won the FA Cup last year with Van Gaal, I think we did get a favourable draw most rounds, and we've kind of had that this season. So may that continue, and yeah, maybe get Lincoln at home or something, which would be fantastic for Lincoln and fantastic for us as well. And but yeah, I think this is a cup that he will want to win. To be honest, Mourinho. So I think he'll go all out most of the games, and it'll be frustrating as hell when you can see it. We'll probably get Lincoln at home. And we'll probably see exactly the same starting 11 as we'll see today, and we'll be having the same conversation in about 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not unhappy with the team, and we must say that. I'm not unhappy with the team. Martial excites me. Rashford up front, very exciting. Mkhitaryan, Lingard, very happy with that. Herrera, happy with that. Carrick, I'm not unhappy. I love Michael Carrick. I just think Schweinsteiger deserved to start. Smalling and Rojo, no problems with them. Romero, no problems with them. The fullbacks are just wrong. They are wrong. It should be Luke Shaw at left back and it should be Fosu Mensah at right back. And that is how I feel. But, you know, you can't have everything. You can't have everything. Ross, you're going to join us at half time?
No, I won't be able to join you at half time this week, unfortunately, because I'm going to be watching the game remotely from my phone.
Okay, that's no problem at all. Are you back on Wednesday for the watch-along?
I will be, yeah. I'll be back on Wednesday. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's a 5 o'clock kickoff for people who don't know about that. So 5 o'clock UK time on Wednesday for the second leg of Saint Etienne. We'll be live, hopefully, around about 4 o'clock with the team news. But yeah, there's always a watch along on the United stand, so join us for that. And Ross, I think, is going to join us for most of that, is promised. So that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll be about.
But thanks, pal. I'll leave you to go and get your bet on. And
thanks, mate. And let's see if the viewers can get you up to 69,000, which is everyone's favourite number by the end of the day. That'd be fantastic.
I'd love a 69er by the end of the day.
Excellent. Cheers, Mark.
See you later, pal.
Thanks, mate.
You can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazard90. We're all on Twitter. We all have a lot of a laugh on Twitter, and my brother's just signed up for Twitter. Actually, he signed up last night. So if you're not on Twitter, get yourself on Twitter, I would say. I know people like Snapchat and Instagram, and we are on both, but Twitter's just fantastic, and we started off on Twitter. So if you want to follow people on Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Mark Goldbridge. Ross is on Twitter at Hazard90. And our main account is at United Stand MUFC. So get yourself on Twitter. If you like football, Twitter's brilliant. Michael's asking about my work and how do I do a watch along in the afternoon. Well, in the UK, and Michael, you may well live in the UK, but we have this thing called annual leave, so or flexi time, where you build time up and you go early, or you can go in early to leave earlier. So yeah, these things can happen. Top right hand corner, that's our subscriber count. We want a 69er today. 69,000 would be great. Please subscribe to the channel and get involved with it. And what I always say is, if you do subscribe, bottom right hand corner is the hologram. Make sure you click the bell, because that's the live notification. We're a live content channel, as you can see with the live comments there. You're always a massive part of the show. And we're live pretty much every day at 8:30 anyway. Tonight we're live at 8:30 with our Sunday night show. Gets a little bit heated. I'll be having a glass of red tonight. Tomorrow night is Skype Goldbridge, where you can Skype in at 8:30 and have your say. That's what the channel is. We're a global channel. We embrace all Manchester United fans equally. We want you all to get involved, and that's how the United Stand works. But we've got a great community. We are on Reddit now. I'll give you the details on that at 8:30 tonight, which is basically a forum that you can get involved in 24/7. That's what we want to be on the United Stand. So do get involved. And also, if you are on Twitter and you are on Facebook, can I just ask, before we go back to talking about football, if you can do one thing for us? Underneath the video, there's a share button. If you can just click that and share it on Twitter and Facebook, that would be absolutely brilliant. As Dan Butterworth says, if every viewer or every subscriber shared this video, it would go massive. Well, that's, get involved with it. Salute to United Stan from United Fan from Nepal, says Duas. Get on the live comments, let us know where you're watching from. I can't read them all out anymore. There was a time when we were a little bit smaller. I used to be able to read them out. I'll read a few out, but I do read them, and it would be great to just see where everyone's watching from, because I know we get South Africa, like Shvi. We get, in fact, Shvi, actually, I sent you a message on Skype to see if you wanted to come on the watch-along on Wednesday. Man United to win 2-0, says Dapper Stullabos. Strong side today, buzzing, says you what. And we've had a contribution of a couple of dollars from FNAO. Now, Super Chat is not available in every country. But if it is available in your country, you'll see at the bottom of the live comments, next to the emoji smile, there's a dollar sign. Doesn't mean you've got to be in America, because you can contribute sterling, Swedish, German, Mexican, Indian. You can contribute however you want. It's like Twitch. If you want to contribute to the channel, that helps us do things like prizes and stuff. That's great. But if you do contribute, make sure you put a question on there, because we want to give something back. If you want to contribute to this channel, we want to give you something back. So FNAO has contributed a couple of dollars to the channel. Thanks for that. And he says, how do you feel about the Gary Neville and Arsenal Fan TV interview? Well, I've got to answer it, mate. I've got to answer it. Anything I say is going to come across wrong, isn't it? We've had Stan Collymore on this channel, as you know, and I think Stan Collymore's brilliant. Would we have Gary Neville on the channel? Of course we would. Do I think Gary Neville would come on this channel? Not in a million years, because he actually did tweet us about a couple of months ago quite negatively. He was on about David Moyes on Twitter, and he said David Moyes should have been given 5 years, and we tweeted him back off the main account, and we said, if David Moyes had stayed here 5 years, we'd be in the Championship. To which he replied, what a load of rubbish. 38 years a Manchester United fan, and I've got to listen to a YouTube channel. So quite negative about us. A couple of months later, he's on Arsenal Fan TV, a YouTube channel of a rival club. So he disses a Manchester United fan channel, then goes on an Arsenal fan channel. I find it a little bit suspicious. You look at his timeline, he's constantly tweeting about that video. You look at Sky Sports, they're constantly doing it. You never know what's going on behind a fan channel. All I can say is that this is an independent fan channel. You got people like me, Ross, who's just been on, Matt Marcus, Draughty, Alex, everybody else. And we've all got our day jobs, and we run this channel, and you lot help us run this channel. Other channels, fan channels, they've got media companies behind them. I don't know what goes on. I just found it a bit weird that he was quite negative about us, a United fan channel, and then he's on an Arsenal fan channel. But people will now say you're just bitter and jealous. I'm not bitter and jealous. I would have Gary Neville on here, of course I would. I'd love to talk to him about Manchester United, but he would not come on here. So why would he go on there? I don't know. I can't answer that question, but a good question. Rachel MUFC 91, you see straight away she's saying a bit hypocritical. I don't know whether you're talking about us or not, but I can only say that. And Gary Neville's a Manchester United legend. Mark, do you think we have the players to play black three at the back? Also, I'm watching from Gloucester, says Shaka Phillips. I don't know. Dante Raw wants us to go to war with Gary Neville. Also, Gary Neville probably very cleverly went onto Arsenal Fan TV because he's loved by Manchester United, isn't he? So why would you come on a Manchester United fan channel? Because you're loved by Manchester United. Ingratiating yourself with Arsenal fans doubles your followers on Twitter. Loads of Arsenal fans will be like, oh yeah, he's a top bloke. It's like Steven Gerrard the other day. He hates Manchester United, but he suddenly speaks about us glowingly now because he wants a career in TV, to be a pundit. So he's got to make Manchester United fans like him because that increases his demographic. It's clever business. Mark, you've got to remove Shaw from the thumbnail. Never! Luke Shaw should have played. India, it's 9:45, says Anaban. Is anybody watching in the middle of the night? I suppose if you're in Australia, you are. Kickoff is in about 14 minutes. I'll get Mad Marcus on in a moment. Please do drop a like on the video. We like to get 1,000 likes on the video for the watch-alongs because you're massively a part of it. Subscribers is ticking over okay. Make sure you do subscribe and get involved. I think you found something absolutely brilliant. Yazza's from Redditch. That's not too far from where I am. Do you think Pogba will get back in form, says Callum Smith? I think Pogba played very well the other day. R-Slick Shots, he's contributed a couple of dollars to it. He says, I'm watching from the US and I love the channel. Well, thanks to you, R-Slick. R-Slick? I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but I certainly didn't see that come in and walked into it like a twat. Yeah, thanks for the contribution. We love the global support, and you're all just as important as anybody as anybody. Jens Borvel has contributed. I think SEK $50 is Swedish money, and I think that works out at about a $5 or a $10. So thanks for that. He says, "Hi Mark, keep up the good work. Do you think Luke Shaw will play at all in this game?" It's a good question, Jens. Ross was sort of talking about it as well. Do I think he will play? I'm disappointed that Schweinsteiger and Shaw are not playing anyway. And I've got to say that you learn more from somebody who starts a game from somebody who comes on for the last half an hour, because even if Luke Shaw and Schweinsteiger come on and play well in the last half an hour, I don't think it ingratiates them into the team for the next game at all, because players are tired, aren't they? So you've always got that as an excuse, and it's like, oh, he comes on fresh, everyone's tired. They needed to be starting the game for me. Ali's back. He's back. He wants 1,000 likes. He's contributed $10. Hello, Ali. I'm sure everybody knows who he is. He needs no introduction. Legend of the live comments. Jeremy Lambert's watching from Bermuda. Sudip's watching from Nepal. What's the starting lineup? Yes. Romero in goal. Ashley Young at right back. No Fuzu Menza, not even in the squad. Rojo and Smalling, centre backs. Darmian at left back, no Luke Shaw. Herrera and Carrick midfield, no Schweinsteiger, he's on the bench for Shaw. And then Mkhitaryan, Lingard, Rashford and Martial, which I'm excited about. I think that's a really good front four, and I'm very, very excited about that. You've probably got your last opportunity. I've just got to shout this out again very quickly because we're getting very close to kick-off, and I need to get Marcus on in a minute. 21bet have done this for us. You can see it going along the bottom there. Sign up with 21bet today. Video description has got the link. It's the second paragraph. Sign up today. You'll go in the draw to win a signed Paul Scholes shirt, which we're giving away a week today on the League Cup final watch-along. You can sign up and do that. And also, if you sign up today, you can get Manchester United to beat Blackburn at 7-1. You won't find that anywhere else. 7-1 for Manchester United to beat Blackburn. It's less than evens anywhere else. Over 2.5 goals in the game. Manchester United to win it 7-1. It's massive. A fiver wins 35 quid. You've still got a few minutes to do it. In fact, you've got 10 minutes. Sign up in the video description. Ross has signed up. I've signed up. I think it's money in the bank, and we'll be bringing you these each week. So if you've got any ideas, not on this video, we'll talk about it in the preview. If you've got any ideas for bets, we can get them enhanced with Bet21. So sign up. It's a great offer, and like I say, you'll go into the draw to win a signed Paul Scholes shirt, which is, I'm sure, if you're a Manchester United fan, a great prize. So sign up for that, and it's only people who sign up through this link on the video description that go in the draw. So it's not people who sign up with Bet21 this weekend. It's an exclusive United Stand prize. So only a United Stand person who signs up through that link will go in the draw, and we'll give that away. League Cup final this time next week. League Cup final at Wembley. Absolutely superb. Really exciting times for Manchester United. We've been speaking for well over an hour. It's whizzed by. You're all absolutely fantastic on the live comments as per usual. We're getting very close to this game now. I'm very, very excited about it. My excitement is about to double as I bring Mad Marcus into the show. Some people say the banter. It's a bit like Little and Large, if people can remember that. I prefer to think we're a bit more Ant and Dick. I don't know who the Dick is. But can you hear me, Marcus?
You're all right, mate. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little bit muffled. That's what she said. But how you doing?
I'm right, mate. How's things you? All right?
Good. We've had a little bit of a rant about Ashley Young. We've had a bit of a rant about no Schweinsteiger. But you know what? The game's about to kick off now. Very excited about the game. I know you've signed up on the bet as well, so we're both going to be keeping our eyes on. We need a United win and we need 2.5 goals, but we'll keep an eye on that. But that's not why I'm excited as well. It's an opportunity to progress in the Cup. I'd love us to progress and get Lincoln in the next round.
That'd be a good draw, wouldn't it, if we can get them?
Yeah, I'd love it. Absolutely love it. What's your thought? Go on then. People have joined us a little bit late, so they might have missed my reaction to the team, where essentially I just wasn't happy about. Fosu Mensah's not even part of the squad. Ashley Young at right back. Really frustrated about that. Darmian at left back, don't understand that when Luke Shaw should play. And I really do think Schweinsteiger deserved to start and he's not started. So give us your thoughts on the team.
The back four is a bit disappointing, like you and Ross have said. Ashley Young at right back, not so great about that. Darmian at left back, we know he can play left back, and I'd expected a bit of rotation there, but would have preferred Luke Shaw there, definitely. The midfield is quite decent, I think, for an FA Cup game, and surprised that he's dropped Zlatan and Pogba for it, to be honest. But it's good to see Rashford up there starting up by himself, and Mickey will be on the right and Martial on the left.
You know what? As much as you can be negative and I don't think it's negative. I think it's just disappointment that Fosu Mensah should be starting. I think him, Shaw, and Schweinsteiger, especially in the last round of the FA Cup, played fantastically well. They've not been given a minute since that great performance, especially Schweinsteiger. So you expect that they are going to play today because they got us here, and then to not start, I think, is really, really unfair. However, what I must say is I'm very excited that Martial's playing, Mkhitaryan's playing, Rashford up front. That excites me a lot, and that is why I feel there is going to be. I think that money. I think the bet that we've got for you, if you've signed up for it, and you probably haven't got time to sign up for it now. Well, yeah, you've got 5 minutes. You can still do it. Video description. Look at that thing going on the bottom. I think there's going to be more than 2.5 goals in this game comfortably, Marcus. I don't know what your score prediction is.
Well, I'm going for 3-1, but I definitely think there'll be more than 2.5 goals in it. I think it's going to be a bit of a tight game, probably a hard-fought win like it was in the Europa League. But I do think we should win it by more than 2.5 goals. I think it'll be 3-1.
Funny enough, I don't know much about Blackburn. They are obviously in the bottom 3 of the Championship. I think they'll give us a bit of a game, but I do think we'll win it. And I think one certainty is there will be goals. I can't see it being a 1-0 or a 0-0. I think it could. I've got a funny feeling it could be something silly like 4-2 because our defence isn't that good.
No.
Apart from Smalling and Rojo, I don't rate Darmian much. I certainly don't rate Ashley Young that much. And Romero's got a mistake in him. So could be a really entertaining game with a lot of goals, which is exactly what we want, really.
Well, yeah, it is what we want as fans, to see an entertaining open game. But I just think where Blackburn are, third from bottom, aren't they, in their league?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a true place of how they're playing. I mean, they are a good Championship side, and we know that with every team, when Man United roll into town, they always put up a performance. So I expect them to tackle hard. I think they'll play a lot of long balls, which I think Smalling's going to have to deal with. But I'm a bit susceptible for Darmian at left back. I mean, I know he can play there, but he doesn't play there convincingly enough for me. And with Luke Shaw on the bench, I just think it would have been ideal to play Shaw in there, get a bit of confidence, give him the 90 minutes and see how he goes.
He's certainly an odd manager, Mourinho. Definitely the right man, definitely the person I want at the club. But he will frustrate you. He's always been like that. He does things his own way. I think I said it there, and he does contradict himself because he has loyalty to players, and he comes out with things like, well, I remember they played well a few weeks ago. The players who got us here have not been rewarded today. Schweinsteiger's not playing, Luke Shaw's not playing, Fosu Mensah's not playing. So he's done his own thing. We're not going to be in that situation at the end of the game where people go, you were wrong about Schweinsteiger because we won it 4-0, etc. The team he's picked should win 4-0. He could play Fellaini today and we should win 4-0. These are Manchester United players. It's not really about he's picked the wrong team. I don't think in his mind he won't have picked the wrong team. This team will still win this game. I just would have personally liked to have seen Schweinsteiger play, Fosu Mensah play and Luke Shaw play, and I think it would have been a better performance and a better result. But we'll still win it. The timer was going off along the bottom there. I was just testing it. As soon as the game kicks off, the timer will go in. Let's have a look at. I hope I haven't missed any contributions actually, because I was messing around a bit there. You can contribute through the super chat. Somebody was just asking about that. How do you get your highlighted comments? I must just say as well, if you've got a Twitter account or a YouTube account or something you want to shout out, you can do that through Super Chat, no worries, and we will shout it out for you. Super Chat is the $ at the bottom of the live comments. It's a bit like Twitch. If you want to contribute to the channel, you can do. You don't have to be in America. It works in the UK and a lot of other places. Jordan Thompson's got to go to church. Some people's church is Manchester United. It is a religion. CJW21 is watching from Birmingham. Liverpool fans are watching from their bedrooms because they've not been playing for 2 weeks because they're not in any cup competitions. They can't even have a cup of tea because they've got no cups. Poor joke. But
I've noticed, Mark, a couple of questions in the comments about the Instagram account.
Okay, we are on Instagram. I can tell you what I can put a link in there for you. We'll do that at half time, but I need to. Oh no! I did this last night. Me and Marcus were doing some stuff yesterday, and nothing like that. That's what she said. But if you go in the video description, right at the bottom, you can see all the United Stand social accounts are there. So the website's there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our new Reddit forum. The Reddit forum is going to be brilliant. We've opened it up, and it's basically, we want to be 24/7 talking about stuff. Twitter's great. I love Twitter, but we have to sleep. On a forum, everyone can get involved. So the Reddit forum's open. So if you've got a minute or two, get yourself down in the video description. Instagram's there now, and the Reddit forum's there. So get on those two things. We're a global fan channel, and we want it to be running 24/7. So get on the forum. Whether you're in America, Australia, Mexico, wherever you are, India, get on it and join the community. And we've got something else that we're going to reveal next week on the Watchalong, which is of that vein. It'll be very good. We're very close to kick off. The bench, if people didn't know it, is Bay, Pogba, Mata, Ibrahimovic, Shaw, and Schweinsteiger. I'm going to actually turn that thing off now at the bottom because we can keep that up. It's fine. Mark and Marcus were on the Tic Tacs last night, said Georgie Devil. Let's do this, says Andy Walsh.
So there is a positive to this lineup as well, that he's actually dropped Pogba and Zlatan.
Yes.
So, I don't think...
Well, he did that in the last round of the FA Cup as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he also played a couple of youth players as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, he does do it, just not very often, and probably not for the games that he should.
Well, somebody quite rightly said that Swansea was never going to be involved today because he played for the under-23s.
Oh, right, okay. Oh.
This morning.
Oh. Well, it's nice to see Rojo's back from injury as well, playing, so that's all right. I don't know what's happened to Rooney. Is he still injured?
I presume he is. There's some rumour that he might be going to China, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, right, game's just about to kick off. Let me just get the timer ready, so that kicks off at the right time. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. We're about to go in the FA Cup. This is for a place in the quarterfinals. Some of us have got money riding on this, so it better bloody happen. But the timer's up and running. And my first observation, Marcus, if you're watching it as well, which I'm sure you are, is the formation. Because we know that Carrick and Herrera are playing, but are we going to play 4-4-2? Looks like we're playing 4-4-2, to be honest.
I fully expect it to go 4-4-2 with the midfield he's put out.
Yeah.
I would either that or it could be the 4-5-1.
Lingard's on the right, Mkhitaryan is the number 10, Rashford's up front, Martial on the left, so that's nice.
Yeah. Nice even balance to the team as well. It's good that Lingard's getting a run out as well. That's a positive. He hasn't had much game time recently, so here we go. Let's go. Let's hope for a good match. Right. Rojo's just playing it simple with Carrick at the minute. Ashley Young's first touch of the ball, long ball forward.
Sorry, I was just DMing Georgie Devil. It never stops on the United Stand. It never stops. We're always thinking about stuff. Okay, no need to lose any cups. 4-2-3-1. There's arguments already. There's arguments already about what the team selection is. Jeff Dwight says 4-4-2. Kujarani says 4-2-3-1. Tyrone Williams says 4-4-1-1. DK Prince says 4-4-2.
Whatever it is,
go on, Mark.
there's plenty of manoeuvrability about it. They can change and adapt to a different formation quite well. So
yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, football. This is modern football with top class coaches, and professional footballers paid a lot of money, and it is poor control there from Lingard. It is a 4-4-2 with bombing on fullbacks, and Mkhitaryan's playing very, very close up to Rashford, and Herrera and Carrick are sitting. So you could argue, you could go with the 4-4-1-1. To be honest, it's more like a 4-2-4, because we are playing, and the fullbacks are getting forward a hell of a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Ashley Young is out on the right. He's already getting forward quite a fair bit in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. And whatever anybody says about Ashley Young, and if he has a really good game today, which he probably will do, I don't want people to come on and say, "Oh, we proved you wrong, Mark, not playing Fosu Mensah," because that's not really the point. If Ashley Young can't play well against the Championship side in the bottom three, and be paid 120 grand a week to do it, I'd have really serious concerns about that. Of course he's going to play well today. I'd expect Darmian to play well as well. It's just, what do Darmian and Ashley Young offer the future of Manchester United? One of them's like into his early 30s and on the decline. The other one is just not good enough. Whereas you've got Fosu Mensah and Luke Shaw, who can offer us a hell of a lot over the next decade. They played in the last round. They played very well. I think they deserve to play today and build on that. Now, they're not the finished article, of course, but they will get better with games. That was my personal disappointment. I'm not hoping Ashley Young has a bad game. I don't think he will have a bad game. I just would prefer those players to play, and I find it a little bit frustrating. But there's a corner here for Blackburn. Nice to throw in the far corner. Not even sold the ground out, which is a bit surprising. Probably Blackburn fans, to be fair.
Yeah, quite disappointing. It's not a full stadium tonight. Would have thought it should have been.
Well, there's a lot of United fans gone there because they've got a bit of a fan park outside, so it won't be United fans that will field it. It'll be Blackburn fans.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, that's a bit disappointing not to see a full stadium for an FA Cup game.
Well, they do keep trying to build the FA Cup and say this is why it's the best cup competition in the world. It isn't the best cup competition in the world. The Champions League is. I mean, it kicks its arse, but it is. I love the FA Cup. You know what? The FA Cup's changed a hell of a lot, because when I was a kid, it was the biggest thing in the calendar. The first game I remember watching was the '85 Cup final with United, and I remember. I think the next. I vividly remember, because I was a bit older, the '87 Spurs and Coventry. And it just seemed to go on for hours and hours because it went to extra time. And when you're young, time does go on a lot longer than when you're older. But, the FA Cup isn't what it used to be. It was great Lincoln winning yesterday, but was that Burnley's first team? I don't know.
So Blackburn just had a chance there. Good ball into the box.
Yeah, header, Romero caught it. So we're 5 minutes in. It's a bit 50-50 even Stevens at the moment, if I'm being honest. But
yeah, United giving away a couple of silly fouls here in the middle. I mean, Carrick's just done one there. No need to do that.
Luke Armstrong makes a good point. Blackburn want the Venkis out, which they do. T-Dog Man wants to know the team news. So Romero in goal, Ashley Young right back, Smalling and Rojo centre backs, Darmian at left back, Herrera and Carrick anchoring the midfield, and then you've got Lingard on the right, Martial on the left, Mkhitaryan in a sort of 10 role, and Rashford up front. So a good team from the midfield forward, although I would have liked to see Schweinsteiger playing. Full-backs have caused a bit of a consternation, I must admit, but it's game time now and we need to win it. I've definitely got my eyes on Lingard. I think it's a big game for him, Marcus, because he divides opinion, Lingard. To me, he's just a squad player, and as a squad player, he's having come through the youth. I think it's great to have that, but he hasn't played well for a few weeks now. The last good game I remember was that first half against West Brom in December. So this is the sort of game, again, we said we've got to be fair. We said it about Wigan a few weeks ago. Manchester United against the Championship side, you'd be expecting every player on that pitch to get at least a 7 out of 10. You know, an average performance against someone like this is not good enough. So I'd be expecting a good game from Lingard today.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, man for man, on paper, we're the better side without doubt. You know, the team's got class in it, it's got pace in it, and yeah, hopefully Lingard can put on a show. I'd be more interested in seeing how Martial does for his third straight game in a row. See if he can keep that level of consistency up, and you know, prove to Jose that he is a first team player week in, week out. But
yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, at the minute it's just being played through the midfield. At the minute, nothing.
I see him started off all right, to be honest.
Yeah, he'll probably be man of the match on this one. Darmian's getting forward from left back. That's not a bad ball. Oh, Ashley Young's beat his man down there. Corner.
You're a little bit behind me.
Am I?
Yeah.
So it's not even on the HD one either, it's on the standard one.
All right. That is odd, isn't it? Because I know the HD one there's always a little bit of a delay on it. Here's Lingard into the box as we speak. Lays it off. There's a pass over there that Rashford just didn't see. Could have put Martial in, but Blackburn bring it away. But we're getting in there. We're getting in there. Slowly, catchy monkey. Mark, are you ever going to wear the Fellaini wig again? Says the football bear. I'll win it. I've always got the wig ready, but he's not playing today, so I don't have to have it ready. It's in the other room, but just in case he scores. He nearly scored the other night. I got caught on the op there. In fact, I've got the video of that somewhere. I don't know where it is. Is it there? In fact, I can show you.
Look, it looks like now they've switched to the 4-2-3-1 now.
You, Fellaini, he's offside.
Oh.
I was going to celebrate that one. I'll tell you what. You can, wonders of technology was just showing them the goal that they nearly scored. Emmanuel wants the lineup again. I'll give you the lineup. It is Romero in goal, Young right back, Rojo, Smalling, Darmian left back, Carrick and Herrera, Lingard on the right, Martial on the left, Mkhitaryan at 10, and Rashford up front. There's just an injury at the moment. Schwartz Wiesrott just said the superb away win for RP Leipzig. Come on, United. Who did they play, pal? Who did they play? Let us know. Be interested to know that.
Well, Smalling's got in a bit rash there, caught out.
Good run by Lingard, says Supreme.
It's started out being first 9 minutes, pretty even game so far, I think.
Yeah. There's a good run by Lingard, says KC187. Looks like we have some pace up front, says Peter Doyle. We do. We're buzzing with pace with Mkhitaryan and Lingard, and you know that is something interesting to watch today because Zlatan's been brilliant, but he hasn't got the pace.
Yeah. I mean he hasn't got the pace of Rashford or Lingard, Martial, but he does a job though, doesn't he?
He does. Quick look there. Just come out of that. So we're using the right a lot again. I'd like to see us use the left a little bit more because we have got Martial on the left, but that's the problem when you play Darmian. You know, you've got natural balance with Ashley Young on the right, so we're using the right a lot. You've got no balance on the left, and that causes problems. But I want to see Martial on the ball a lot because we're not using him at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. What's your take on why we're such slow starters, says Paul Lucas? It's a good point, Marcus. We are a slow starting side. How many times have we seen Jose going down, even in the last round against Wigan, going down the old tunnel a little bit early because he's not happy with the start. I mean, we've been fortunate. We've not lost any games in the first half yet, but we are slow starters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time the kickoff is, does it? I mean, we've just always been very, very slow in the first half. We've not come out of the traps yet, and it's the same with this game as well. Plenty of possession here, but we've only really the Lingard run just now, a couple of minutes ago, that's actually threatened. But there's Mickey running now, right? They just it seems to be the long ball from the right hand side, and hopefully Lingard or Mkhitaryan can get on the end of it and create something, get the ball into the middle. There's nothing coming down the left-hand side at all yet.
No, it's really disappointing.
I mean, it's either, like I say, the right or the middle. The middle looks quite slow actually today.
Well, Michael Carrick should be able to run this game like running a bath, but he's not so far.
He should do, shouldn't he? With the experience he's got, and in cup competitions for United all those years, he should
that's
know.
Good play. That's a shame. Nice little interchange. I mean, that's what pace brings you. Rashford coming short for Herrera, and then so ball by Carrick into Rashford. Rashford lays it off to Herrera, sort of like a 1-2, but he's bombing forward and he gets there, but his first touch just takes it out of play. But that's the way to beat championship sides. Use the quick movement of the ball.
Well, this is it.
Jacob says, "Can you put the match on?" You're obviously new to a watch-along, pal. You lot asked us to do these watch-alongs about a year ago, and they're really good, and we love doing them, and we love the fact that we can interact, and United fans all around the world can interact rather than just sitting watching the game on their own. And that's what the watch-along's for. But we can't. Anybody who shows Manchester United games without rights will get shut down, so we can't do that.
Can you scroll the comments box down a bit because it's frozen?
I can, yes. Quite a lot. Chat is frozen, says generic name. Yeah, that's good. Lingard got to hold the width. Should be 1 up now, says William Arnett. Well, we've got our little bet going, haven't we? And I'm sure there's a few of you signed up for it as well. So I'm not nervous yet, but we do need somebody on Twitter just saying, "Shut up, United stand." Fosu Mensah's nowhere near first team quality, and that's why he's not even on the bench.
Oh, good run by Ashley Young there.
I just think with Fosu Mensah, somebody said it on the live comments a minute ago. This season for him has been a backward step. This time last year he was playing in the first team and he was our man of the match against Spurs. A year on, he's taken a backward step. I don't know why we didn't loan him out. He's ready to be playing first team football.
Well, I think that comes down to the difference, as much as I hate to use the word, the difference in the philosophies between Mourinho and Van Gaal. There was no competition for the places last season, and Van Gaal was quite content on playing the boring football and picking people on names, wasn't he? But I mean, Mourinho's a different kettle of fish altogether. He wants competition. He wants people to prove that they're worth a place in the side, and that's it. I mean, hopefully these players can step up to the plate and prove that they are worthy of wearing the shirt and the badge.
Yeah.
Or if he's just going to pick people on names all the time, then we may as well have just kept Van Gaal in the first place, haven't we, really?
I don't know whether anybody's seen our new logo on the homepage. Thanks to the Draughty Devil for doing it. Fantastic. And it really ingratiates itself in with all generations, really. We've got an old fella on there and some young people as well, and it's just one of those images that you can spend a long time looking at, smiling. Good shot from Blackburn there, palmed away by Romero, but yeah, it's well worth having a little bit, even if you just click off for a few seconds now, go click on the United stand to go to the home page. You'll see what I'm on about. It's a lovely image, and then come back. Good save by Romero, says Hammer Eye. It's it's been one of them games so far. We're away from home against the Championship side. Manchester United have come to town, and for the first 20 minutes, half an hour, they're always going to have a bloody good go and be, they're going to go on adrenaline, aren't they? But we just need to hang in on them.
Yeah.
We need to hang in there.
It's just a matter of keeping the crowd quiet, isn't it? And not letting them get their tails up and bossing the game around, keeping the possession for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then go from there.
Ricky Clarkson says he prefers the old logo, he must be honest. Well, the old logo had me and bloody, I don't know who else was on it. Well, a few people had left from that as well now. Like Zara's left and Callum's not on it anymore, and Joey's hardly ever on, so that's why we needed to change it. And I thought, I much prefer the new one. reserves aren't doing very well this season. Andrew Adrian Smith, Blackburn are in here and they're 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Poor defending. Let's watch it back. It's not good defending at all. It's been a poor start from United. Well, that's one of the goals, Marcus. We need them the other way. We need them the other way. Let's have a look and watch this back.
Ridiculous defending there, scoreboard defending, honestly. What was going on there?
It's Rojo, isn't it? Rojo just
should have been a bit more
bullied,
organised.
really. And then Smalling gets rolled.
Yeah.
1-0 Blackburn.
Rojo, he's come out of position to close it down, then he slipped in. Smalling's been turned like, yeah.
Well, it makes it interesting. They'll sit back now.
Interesting ain't the word, mate. This guy, that's Smalling, he was good last year because, Van Gaal, who else was there to play in defence now? Look at him this year, he's just a pile of shit.
See, I like him. I like Smalling.
Not for me, mate. It was the mistake at Chelsea for the drubbing in the first 30 seconds. And look, he's too far away from his bloke anyway.
Yeah, but the trouble there starts with Rojo for sure. And I'd keep Smalling over Rojo any day of the week.
Well, yeah, Rojo shouldn't be pulled out of position like that. But I mean,
he's just weak. He just gets bounced off. And I agree. I've played centre back myself, and that you need to be a lot tighter than that. You can't deal with a player if you're like 5 yards away.
Right. You know what? The thing that's got me there is Mourinho clapping the goal. That's how good it was.
What is it? Was he clapping it?
Yeah, clapping the goal, shaking his head and clapping the goal. So yeah, see you later, Smalling. Out you go.
To be honest, I'm interested to see what people say on the live comments about that goal. We've got a game on our hands now, says AJ now. Well, yeah, definitely. Useless, says Ed Hughes. Liam Hardy's on. It's the banner, not the logo. Sorry, it's the banner that's changed on the homepage. Rojo and Smalling should be fine, says DK Prince. Zlatan says get me on now. Jose picked the wrong squad, says Barney.
It's not the wrong squad, it's the wrong defence.
Rojo shouldn't be playing for us, says Deborah. I'm with Deborah. I think that you deal with the issue first of all. Smalling gets rolled too easy, but Rojo has 2 or 3 options there to deal with him and just gets bounced off like a school kid. Ashley Young again refusing to put the cross in. He's full of all these tricks. He might get it in now. Free kick. Adeja says keep it. Come on, Smalling, sort it out. Martin Atkinson's the referee in this. We should be careful of him. He's an idiot as well. Shocking marking from Smalling, says Red in bed. We've got an ally.
Yeah, I mean, if you're supposed to be an England international defender with that much experience playing in cup competitions, you should not get rolled like that by a championship side. Not at all.
Well, Disease Gaming says, and he's right, laziness by Smalling. I would reflect that with Rojo as well. I think they're equally culpable. I'm not disagreeing with Mad Marcus. I just think, or anybody else who's having a go at Smalling, I just think the trouble starts with Rojo, and he's got to deal with it better. Both of them. It's a soft goal, and that's why Mourinho's clapping, because it's sarcasm. It's a rubbish goal to concede. And as we were just saying there, Marcus, it's nothing coming that from across from Herrera. They were always going to come at us in the first 20 minutes, all guns blazing, full of enthusiasm, because Manchester United have come to town. It's in the cup. They might be in the bottom 3, but imagine the boost they could take from winning this game. It's massive confidence at stake here, and 2 glaring errors from Rojo and Smalling, but one glaring error that we spoke about as well. We're just using the right hand side all the time. We're not using the left hand side. There's something really missing with our team today, and I don't really understand what it is. When you've got Mkhitaryan and Martial and Rashford in the team, and Herrera and Lingard and Carrick, there's no excuses for us not to be doing better going forward, but we're not.
Well, I don't think there's much creativity on the left side, is there? I mean, maybe
there at the moment. Martial's just giving it to Lingard. Now he's got it back. 3 players around him. he'll put the cross in. It's a decent cross, and it's headed away. So that was better. We used the left-hand side, and we actually created something. Ashley Young's way out of position. I think Ashley Young's going to get very tired in this game because he's doing a lot of running.
Well, let's not forget, it's only it's the first 20 minutes as well, so there's no need to panic. But that's just seeing that goal and seeing
Well, let's put a positive spin on it. This, me and Marcus and Ross have all signed up for this offer that's at the bottom with Bet81. If United win this game now, we've definitely got our money because it's over 2.5 goals, isn't it? And it'd be 2-1. So that's a positive. But there's plenty of time left. But we've got to do far better. Liquid Hill says Ashley Young is not a right back. Damian's not a left back. Simple as.
That's 2 mistakes already in the first 20 minutes from Chris Smalling. One, obviously, the goal, and the other one was in, I think, round about the 8th or 9th minute, where the ball, he didn't deal with the high ball and he let it bounce. And their guy with the dreadlocks, long hair, he got in past him.
I'm just looking on Twitter here. I tweeted out about the goal, said it was schoolboy defending, and John Malloy with a blast for the pass from one of my comments I always used to use about Rojo, and to be fair I haven't been using it much lately, and he says Rojo doesn't discriminate who skins him, which I always used to say. You could be Cameron Jerome or Messi and Rojo doesn't care, he'll get skinned by you all. He has been much better this year, but it was the Rojo of old there, I must admit.
Yeah, but he's looked better with Phil Jones next to him.
Well, you know what? You can pick on Smalling, you can pick on Rojo, but you can pick on Phil Jones because Phil Jones' problem has always been what the problem is now. He can't stay fit. Yeah. And you may as well get... it was a good ball there. Lingard, crap cross, but we might... Herrera! Blocked! It wasn't Herrera, it was Mkhitaryan anyway. We were in there. Lingard down the right, and his cross wasn't very good, but it did come back, blasted straight at the keeper, and there was an offside as well.
Again, it's the right-hand side again, isn't it?
Yeah, everything going down the right. No, it was Herrera. Sorry. It's a bit fuzzy on my screen. Oh dear. Well, the back four is the problem. Whether we've started well or not, the back four is the problem.
We haven't started well. There's no illusions about it. But for me, the goal is down to Smalling. Sorry. I know Rojo could have dealt with it first, but he's pulled out of position to go towards his man. You could say, where was Carrick and Herrera there? Where were they? But, Smalling, when you get a ball like that and Smalling's turned like that,
No, I disagree. I agree with you blaming Smalling, but I think the trouble starts with Rojo. You watch it back and you'll see what I mean. I totally agree about Smalling. He's got to do much better. He plays everybody on side, but Rojo's got to do better as well. That player runs with the ball for about 3 or 4 seconds and he just gets bounced off. Darugd Wani says not good enough. Somebody's unable to see the game. Don't worry, mate. We'll keep you up to date. That's what the watch-along's all about as well. Pitch looks bad, says Red in the Bed. Football Bear on about Jones being injury prone. We've got a corner here. One thing Smalling does make us decent at is corners, but not quite with that one. Here's Mkhitaryan. I think he'll hit it, and he does hit it, and he hit it quite well, but it's wide from about 35 yards.
This frustrates the hell out of me. This does. When we can predict how the game's going to go and see what they're doing on the pitch, always using the one side, it makes me think what the opposing managers must be seeing as well. It must be that obvious to them.
Oh yeah, but this is the problem, Marcus, isn't it? People disrespect fan opinion. They're like, "Oh, you're just a fan. You don't know anything about it." But we were talking about this an hour before the game. Yeah. Ashley Young at right back and Damian at left back completely provides imbalance and predictability. We've not used the left-hand side because the centre-backs can't give Damian the ball to go forward down the left because he's right-footed. So we're always giving it to Ashley Young, who is very, very predictable then. And actually, people have said Ashley Young's had a good game. I think that you're mistaking a good game with having a lot of the ball. He's had a lot of the ball. He's not done a lot with it. We're totally imbalanced. And the goal, is separate to that. The goal is just bad defending by both centre-backs, shocking defending, but realistically we've not offered anything because we're very, very predictable, just going down the right-hand side. We're not using the left-hand side. Martial's hardly had the ball at all. Lingard just keeps pissing off inside when he should be keeping on the touchline. So yeah, I agree with what you say there, but this happened last year. People were like, you're not paid any money, Van Gaal's played millions of pounds a year, he knows more than you. Well, he didn't know more than the fans. The fans were like, why aren't you picking Herrera? Why aren't you picking Mata? And we were proved right about that. What a ball. What a ball. He's got to score. Rashford, yes! Get in. Brilliant. Yeah. Mkhitaryan makes it. Absolutely superb. Picks it up in his own half. Brilliant. Absolute world-class pass. 30, 40 yards. Puts Rashford in. He's running through one-on-one. He rounds the keeper. He puts it away. This is where, I was watching it again, it's brilliant. He skips a player, and then the pass is just, it's poor defending because they're wider than a hooker's legs, that defence. But Rashford round the keeper, it's a great goal. It's 1-1. Superb, Marcus. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what Rashford gives us, isn't it? It's the pace that Ibrahimovic doesn't possess. So, we have, providing Rashford gets the ball, a decent delivery, or decent pass like from Mkhitaryan, then go for him. Let the lad play. He's proved he can score. He is a first team player for me, this lad.
Yeah, well, I was arguing somebody this week about Marcus Rashford, and they were saying no, he's not a forward, he's a winger. I'm like, can you not remember how Rashford burst on the scene? He was a forward. That is his position. He just doesn't get to play there very often because, let's be honest, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been superb, and I totally agree with that. But I want to see him playing up front more because he's bloody brilliant there.
Yeah, he is. He's such a good talent. He's got bags of potential, this lad, and hopefully he can fulfil it by playing in his proper position.
Mkhitaryan's just been fouled there on the edge of the box, but Mkhitaryan has just stepped up. He stepped up to the plate. I mean, no word of a lie. If you haven't seen the goal, he picks it up virtually on the edge of his penalty box, skips past the player, and then the pass to split the defence is from well in his own half. Absolutely brilliant from Mkhitaryan. And again, Mkhitaryan at number 10 is the position. Marco B's just contributed to the channel. Thanks for that, Marco. We've sort of lost the comments for a moment there in that excitement. And Ali's on there, says thanks Ali for the contribution again. He says you can see the difference without Pogba. Jose will buy a centre back summer. I mean, I presume Ali is saying there that we're better without Pogba. What's your thoughts on that, Marcus? Are we better without Pogba? Must just say we've got over 2,000 people watching at the moment. Please do drop a like on the video. And also, if you are new, bottom right hand corner hologram, please subscribe and get involved with the United Stand. We're live every single day at 8:30 and for all the games, watch along. So get involved in the live comments and get involved with that. But Pogba, do you think we're noticing that? I think we'd be better with Pogba personally.
Yeah. I think with Pogba in the team, there's much more variety in the play. Pogba can pick a pass out 30, 40 yards, and as we've seen him do. And I just think Pogba gives us much more going forward than what we're seeing here at the minute.
That was a bit of a teaser, wasn't it? I think we could make one up. Can Paul Pogba pick a pickled onion from his pocket and put it in his... something beginning with P. But no, I agree. I think we've not played that well in this game, and I think basically what you do with that team is you take Lingard out and you put Pogba in it, and we'd be far, far better. But we're nearly there. All we need is to win this game and our bets are in.
Yeah, one more goal and that's it.
For those who are new, we've got this sign-up offer with Bet81. If you sign up with them, you go in the draw to win a signed Paul Scholes shirt, but they are going to do us favourable odds each week, and the one today was Manchester United to win the game and over 2.5 goals in the game, and it was a massive 7-1. So if United win this game, well, there'll be over 2.5 goals in it, so it's absolutely superb. I'll first have a look. Ali says, is this the first time we're playing without Pogba? I can't recall. He didn't play in the last FA Cup game either.
No. Was the last one against Wigan, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Doc H has contributed. He says, buy a world-class centre-back alongside Bailly. Any thoughts on that, Mad Marcus?
Yes, I would go for a world-class centre-back to play with him, most definitely, because from what I've seen this season of Smalling, to be honest, I think in a Jose Mourinho's team, never mind the Manchester United team, Smalling just doesn't do it.
I do like Smalling, but I've got to agree. I mean, we're going to, for the regulars and for those who are new subscribers today, we are live as per usual. It's a bit of a quick turnaround tonight, but we are live as per usual, 8:30 on a Sunday night, the Sunday Night Review. And one of the big things we're going to talk about tonight is, one, what do you think Manchester United's first team 11 is? And two, what do you think Manchester United's first team 11 should be after this summer transfer window? I sort of talked about it on my ramble yesterday, and as much as I like Smalling, he wasn't my centre back. It was Bailly and, well, I'll tell you tonight, but it was Bailly and a new signing, so I'd agree with that. Hack Central's contributed £1 to the channel. That's fantastic, pal. Thanks very much for that. You can do that if he hasn't asked a question, but if you are going to contribute, please do put a comment there because we'd like to read it out. You can do that through the super chat, which is the $sign in the bottom corner, bottom of the live comments, which is this new thing YouTube have got, very similar to Twitch, where you can contribute to your favourite YouTubers.
You update the score, Mark?
Oh yeah, I should update the score because people might be tuning in and getting frustrated with that. It was a great goal though. Those sort of goals. I mean, we all get excited about Manchester United goals unless it's a Rooney equaliser in the last minute, and you wanted to win.
Well, it's just a sublime pass from Mkhitaryan.
I loved
absolutely
it,
fantastic.
And that's, people often say to me, "Who's your favourite Manchester United player?" It's Martial or Rashford, but I always would go for Rashford because he's got that added advantage that he is through the youth, and you can't. There's nothing more satisfying, and I'm lucky to have seen it. Not for many years, but we did have the class of '92, and it was a joy to watch 3 or 4 players, absolutely brilliant players as well, but know that they come through the fabric of the club. It's very rare to see. Yeah, that's what this club is all about, and that's why I was frustrated that Fosu Mensah didn't start and Young did, because Fosu Mensah is a youth player. I know we signed him as a young player, but here's a chance for Martial. I thought he hit it quite well there. Rashford. I think it won't be long till we get a second in this, Marcus.
No, I think it's. I mean, now both teams have scored. It's going to be a question of who wants it most now. I think.
I did say 4-2.
Oh, see, I went 3-1. I thought Blackburn would score, and I thought it would be a hard 3-1.
I think Ross went 3-0. No, I just looked at that defence and thought there's goals there for Blackburn. Using Martial a little bit more now. That's a good pass, not a great touch. Just can't get the shot away. Ashley on the right wing.
At least we're trying and creating the openings.
Oh, he's skinned his man. It'll be a yellow card, that.
So, I mean, that's something I don't see very often with Valencia. He doesn't try and beat his man.
No, I'm sure Ashley Young will be getting the plaudits, to be honest.
It makes a nice change to see our right back do
that. How is De Gea not playing, says Ben Wright? I think he's just been given a break. He might have been sent back to Spain for a break. He's not even on the bench.
I heard this morning it was a wrist injury.
Oh, right, okay. Well, he can have a week off, can't he? We don't really need to play him in the midweek either. Callum Football, just a little bit of a glimpse of what we'll be talking tonight. He says next season's lineup: De Gea, Valencia, Bailly, Lindelof, Shaw, Pogba, Herrera, Griezmann, Mickey, Martial and Rashford. It's a nice one. Ali's contributed again. He says Mickey is the best. Mark, they saying Griezmann is going to Real Madrid and we getting Toni Kroos. Rumours, I'm sure. Well, it'd be interesting, that would, about Griezmann, because he only said, people said he's not coming to United because he said he doesn't like the rain, but he did say midweek, I can't go to Real Madrid, which he can't really do because of obviously plays for Atletico Madrid. Toni Kroos would be a good signing though. He would.
Oh yeah, I mean, if that deal happens, I mean, I wouldn't grumble at having Toni Kroos as a replacement. Not the same sort of player, obviously, but Griezmann. There's plenty of attacking players out there that we could get. Maybe not as good as Griezmann, but there are more options, I think, in that position for us than what there would be for Carrick's position.
Yeah. Does anyone know who scored for Blackburn? Was it Graham?
I think it was Danny Graham, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to add the people want me to add in the scorers, which I can do. That's fine. Rashford.
I think I've seen with this team as well, Mark, is that people are tracking
They're
back.
in again.
And,
Ooh, just over the bar. Just over the bar. They are, that's what I mean. I think there's more goals in this game, definitely, and not necessarily just for those in red. It's a long ball again, and Ashley Young's out of position. It's, I totally agree with what people have said about Ashley Young. Just not a right back for me, but he is in Mourinho's eyes. Graham scored. There we go. I've updated the score for it. It does look a bit better now. Lite says, have we signed Semedo from Benfica? Not that I've heard of. I mean, the interesting thing is that I did say, and I've got a little bit of stick for it, said that Lindelof was a done deal, and I said that at the end of December. Now, obviously I don't speak directly to Jose Mourinho, but that was the information we were given. Now, yesterday they said that the deal was done in December, but it wasn't until it was for him to sign at the end of the season. So there might be some truth in that. We'll have to wait and see. Football Bears contributed $5 to the channel, and he says, Marcus, I think if you're going to keep on complaining about Smalling, you have to say something about Rojo as well, because he was equally as at fault. Well, I applaud that. I like it when somebody else gets some shit. What's your response to that, Marcus? Because I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Rojo. You could say Rojo got dragged out of position.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't say it. You would say it.
All right, you would say it, but then my answer to that would be, if he's dragged that far out of position, where was Carrick and Herrera? They're supposed to be the sitting players, so why weren't they helping out?
Sorry, my earpiece fell out, so I didn't hear anything in what you said.
Yeah.
I'm sure the comments did. I was too busy trying to get myself one of these little chocolates. So what are we on? We're nearly at half time again. It flies by on the Watchalong, doesn't it? But it'd be interesting. What do you think he'll do at half time? What do you think he'll do?
I don't think he'll do nothing, mate. He'll just do the usual. I think he'll go down the tunnel a couple of minutes before the end. He'll have words with them.
Oh, see, that's about. Ross always says about Romero, we do well when he plays in goal, but actually he's not a very good keeper. I mean, a cross just came in there and he's punching at it like a toddler punches at an ice cream. It was just awful. Made a right mess of it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He does flap a bit, doesn't he? Under pressure.
Personally, I would get Luke Shaw on. I think we've spoke about it virtually all game. There's no balance, and at least Luke Shaw's left-footed and gives us something going forward. I think Darmian is a waste of time. I don't know why he's playing, but I don't know whether people agree with that or not. I don't know what you think about that, Marcus.
No, I agree. Darmian's a waste of time at left back. I mean, he's a natural right, isn't he? So, but Van Gaal brought him in because he could play multiple positions across the back. So that's the only reason I can think of why Mourinho's doing it. Just trying him out there because he doesn't trust Luke Shaw.
Blackburn nearly scored again. They're really exposing an obvious thing as well. Hitting the high ball to the right back and putting a tall player on Ashley Young, who's smaller than Ronnie Corbett, rest in peace. And it's a corner to Blackburn. Got something in my mouth. That's what she said.
You got a thing for saying that today, haven't you?
Well, I'm watching The Office, the American Office at the moment, and it's one of his lines, so I can't take the credit, but it works on loads of levels. Blackburn have come back into it more this last few minutes. It's sort of hoped that the goal might spur us on a little bit, but we're sort of catching him on the break here. Martial, he uses the ball so well. This could be two. Martial, Mkhitaryan, got it stuck in his feet.
Come on.
Got stuck under his feet. Should have been 2-1 there. Lovely play by Martial. I think he'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, should Possibly should have done better with that.
But it's end to end. It's a good game. I mean, at 4-2, probably we'd have to go some to get 4-2 now, but it could have been 4-2. I mean, it could have been on progress for a 4-2 sort of game. We're sort of we're causing Black. Oh, what God! A good, well won by Smalling there. Where is Ashley Young? Where is our right back?
That's what you get for playing a winger at right back, isn't it? It's not his natural position, so he's going to think like a winger and bomb forward.
Ali's made another comment. He says, I still think Paul Scholes is right that United will be a new team with players-wise in 18 months. It will be spring cleaning in United upcoming transfer window. I think there is validity in that comment. Not just because he contributed, but just also because Mourinho will have had a year to assess these players instead of what did he have, 6 weeks before the start of the season last time?
Yep.
Football Bears contributed $2 just to ask me when the next episode of the FIFA career is. Funnily enough, I'm doing a special FIFA episode this week because it's the League Cup final. It's going to be one of the FIFA predicts, and I will do that live with the live comments. So that will be coming up this week, and I'll probably do it on the I don't know. I might do it on my channel or the United Stand. So that will be the FIFA career. I'd love to do it, but it's time. It just comes down to time. We're very close to half time. Talking about time. Get commenting. Give us your thoughts on the half. It's whizzed by. Who do you think's performing well? Who do you think needs to come off? Where do you think we're going wrong? Personally, I just think we're imbalanced, and the fullbacks are causing us massive problems. I don't think we've got hold of the midfield either, Marcus. But you might have seen things different to me.
No, we haven't got hold of the midfield. We're not. We started to dictate the play probably after the 10-15 minute mark, but now Blackburn's come back into it. The game's opened up now with the goals. We're not using the left side as much as we should. We've seen the damage that Martial can do with the ball at his feet running. We've seen the damage with the ball in behind because we scored from it. So, I mean, hopefully Mourinho makes some sort of tactical change and decide to use both flanks at the same time instead of just going down the right hand side all at once.
And I think the people who've said it are spot on again. It's another first half where effectively we haven't really turned up, and you've got to start wondering why that is. Why are we not turning up in games? Because eventually we'll play some. Well, it's already happened this season, hasn't it? We'll play somebody this season, and the game will be out of reach by half time, and we won't be able to rescue it. Because I'm sure we'll come out in the second half and win this game, and I think we'll probably win it. Maybe like Marcus says, 3-1 or 4-2. I might be right, but
I think what's needed here is a bit more creativity.
We're just not using the ball intelligently.
Yeah, I think maybe Mata, possibly, if any change at all.
I mean, Lingard's been pretty much not in this game much, hasn't he?
No.
I mean, Martial's not had a lot of it, but when he's had it, he's used it quite well. But you got Darmian here. I mean, he's not got no left foot, so he's getting in everybody's way. You may as well just get him off the pitch.
It's quite sad considering the pace that the lad's got, that he's not being used more often.
Who?
Lingard.
Yeah, he's had a very, very, very quiet game.
Yeah.
3 minutes to be added on. We just not got hold of the midfield, and that's the disappointing thing. And I just think we should be doing far better than this. We've got so much pace in this side. To not do what we've done is not to not have moved the ball quicker. I mean, when we moved the ball quick, we got a goal. Football Bear says, would you rather have Aubameyang or Griezmann? Also, do you think Rooney might go to China for 6 months or a year for one final paycheck before he goes to MLS? Rooney will be interesting. I don't think we'll get that solved until the summer. Would I have Aubameyang or Griezmann? Oh, that's a tough question. You got an answer to that, Marcus?
I'd go Aubameyang with that.
I love Griezmann. He's one of my favourite players in world football at the moment. But the thing about Aubameyang is he's a bit like Zlatan, but he's got the pace, and I think that is if we could get Aubameyang, which I don't actually think we could, I wouldn't like to choose because I just love Griezmann, but I can see the validity in going for Aubameyang over Griezmann because of his pace. But that would mean Zlatan going, and do we need to get rid of Zlatan yet? Probably not. This is called the United Stand. Nitai, he's obviously found us. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner hologram. And if you are new, make sure you join us tonight at 8:30 and tomorrow night at 8:30 for the Sky Pin show. We're live every night, live content, interactive fan channel, and Lingard's just missed an absolute sitter with a header. Bloody unmarked right on the front post, and a shocking miss.
Was it easier for him to score?
Oh, God.
That's bad. That's a bad miss, that one. That's a concentration.
Well, these are the things that other players would get picked up, would get trouble for.
Yeah, but because
Alex
he's not playing every week, like, it goes by the wayside, doesn't it?
Alex Adams says need Pogba on for Carrick. They're just countering anyway, so need Pogba's creativity. It's not a bad point. I mean, why have get Herrera? He might do that at half time, to be honest, because Herrera and Carrick are probably part of the problem. Not individually, it's unfair to say that, but collectively they are not creating enough for us. Lingard is going to go for a goal kick. Lightweight, too lightweight. He's too lightweight. He's always been too lightweight. That'll probably be half time. Jose's already down the old tunnel.
Yeah, I think I saw him go down there.
It is the 48 minutes, which is plus the 3, so that'll be that. Owen Coyle, manager of Blackburn. He'll be quite happy with that. If they can keep frustrating us into the second half, then they'll be more than happy with that.
Thing is, I mean, it's the same first half as what we've seen all season, isn't it? They're not up for it in the first half for some reason.
Right, Lingard getting a lot of stick on the live comments. Christopher Green, Jose heads to the locker room as per usual. What substitutions would you make? We'll come to that in a minute. Just to give a summary of the half then. Manchester United obviously going 1-0 down. Poor defending by Rejo initially, and then you could say even worse from Smalling to get rolled the way he did. 1-0, nothing the keeper can do. Manchester United get back into it, hitting a team on the break, which we can do with this pace. Fantastic play by Mkhitaryan. Long pass forward, puts Rashford away. Rounds the keeper, 1-1. And then since then, not really done a hell of a lot, because what I would say is that the same issues have arisen. There's no balance in the team. We are using Lingard and Young probably 80% of the time because Darmian has got no left foot. Martial's being wasted. We're not using Martial at all. When he's had it, he's done quite well. Lingard's in and out of the game. Missed a fantastic chance. Header, front post, 5 yards out just before half time. Crap. Should have scored. Ashley Young, don't get confused by Ashley Young's had a good game just because he's had a lot of the ball. He's put a good couple of crosses in, but he's had loads of the ball and not done enough with it. For me, Luke Shaw comes on at left back to give us something going forward. The way to win this game is not to be worried about being defensive because the defence isn't good enough. The way to beat Blackburn is to actually go on the offensive. So I'd get Luke Shaw at left back, so we're attacking more down the left with Martial. And actually, what Alex said makes a lot of sense. Take one of Carrick or Herrera off and get somebody who's more progressive in the midfield. I don't know what you think, Marcus.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know about the Luke Shaw one yet. I wouldn't do that at half time. But the Pogba one, yeah, I can see Alex's point for there. I mean, Carrick is a natural CDM. Herrera's been playing there as well, although he's not a natural at it. So you've near enough got two players there with the same mentality in positioning and what to do. So, and I think against Blackburn, we don't really need two players sitting there, to be honest. So, yeah, I'd take one of them off. Probably Carrick for me because of the legs. And swap him for Pogba or Mata for me. But it's not been a good half anyway. But I mean, something's definitely missing with like the creativity of the team.
Time has been stopped. Jack Doyle, don't worry about that. If Young isn't playing, switch him and Darmian and bring on Shaw, please. Yes, good idea. You could put Young to left back. I just think we need some natural left-sided play. Martial's been wasted in this game. He's done well when he's had the ball, but he's hardly had the ball. Young's passing the ball back more than crossing it in, says Thomas Charlton. We're not moving the ball quick enough. Spot on, totally agree with that. We've got some really quick players today, but for some reason Herrera and Carrick just aren't using the ball. Lingard's not normally that bad, says Charlie Taskers. I think he's been like that for a while. Josie Pullis is saying Young did decent, surprisingly. I don't agree with that. I just think he had a lot of the ball, which gives the illusion that he played well. D Ghost says terrible game. I can't believe it. Viraj says Shaw for Darmian and Young for anyone. It's amazing how people see the game, isn't it? It's always different. United's defence has been sloppy since 1989. Nicky D, I agree. We can't build a performance off that defence today, so our best form of defence is to attack. Ali's made another comment. He says, Mark, whatever happened to Zara? I forgot her name. She used to do United Stand. I always forgot to ask. Zara used to be on the United Stand. Still speak to her quite regularly. She's on Twitter at Zara Connolly, and funnily enough, she tweeted out today and we retweeted it off our account. She's now got a pass for BBC. She's working for the BBC, so that's why, fantastic. Started off on the United Stand, she's now working for the BBC, and she does bits for MUTV as well, so fantastic. Is Jose incontinent, says Heath Gal. Why does he walk off early? Because he's undermining himself, because it's always having to go early to sort out problems of the first half. I think we'll blow them away in the second half though, Marcus. I do. I think he'll sort the problems out and we'll win it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be the same thing as always, won't it? I mean, he'll go in there at half-time. He'll give them a bollocking, which they need. They'll come out there, back onto the pitch, and be fighting for their places again, which is what we need in our manager to do. No one should be given a free pass just because they play for Manchester United. They should be out there playing for their futures. And every game should be a cup final for these players.
Well, for those watch-alongs, if you are new to them, we're always live an hour before the game when the team news comes out. We build it up, chat about it, etc. That's what we do. And I wasn't particularly happy with the team news for the simple reason that I thought Schweinsteiger got us here with a man-of-the-match performance. I thought Fosu Mensah was fantastic. And I think Luke Shaw played in that game and they deserved to start the game. There was no reward for that. They've not had a minute since that game, and they've not had a minute today, back in the FA Cup. So I suppose the question would be, do you think we'd be any better off with those three players playing? I think the only one you could argue is maybe Ashley Young's not done too bad. I don't think he's done that well. I think Fosu Mensah would do better. But I certainly think we'd have a better performance with Luke Shaw at left back, because we'd have more balance and definitely going forward. And Schweinsteiger for Carrick, I think we would be better off. I like Michael Carrick, but Schweinsteiger offers you more going forward. So I stand by those things. I think the team selection on those two players is wrong. However, the team he's selected, as Marcus said, should still be good enough to be winning this game.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, like I said, just the kick-off, man for man, on paper, we're the better team, and we should be cruising past this without any problems. But the reality is, we're away from home. Teams always turn up against us, and Blackburn are proving a difficult side to break down. We've got in behind a couple of times, but we've not had any major clear-cut chances there, apart from the goal and Lingard's miss towards the end. So I think a little bit more creativity in the team would, a bit more composure as well. We'd be able to get in behind a lot more. But Darmian at the back for me is a bit of a. Well, someone's just said it here actually. John Narty. Darmian's a liability. So I was worried about that before the game as well.
I'm just watching the goal back again, and it's Smalling and Rojo. It's equal blame for me. They just, Rojo has a longer period of time to do something about the assist passer, but Smalling's positional sense is just awful, absolutely awful.
Carrick's filled in there because Rojo's been took out of position, and then that one ball has turned Smalling. I mean, Rojo's doing his job there, following his man.
St. Columbo says we're not getting the ball to Mkhitaryan enough. I would agree with that because he's looked fantastic in that position when he's had it. Josh James says, can you get Zara to come on for a special Sunday show? I can ask her. I don't think she will. I don't think she wants to do fan content anymore. Red in a Bed says Young's been about as useful as a boat in a desert. Ruth Myers says, I've just got in. Could you tell me what the team is? Romero in goal. Ashley Young right back. Not Luke Shaw. Rojo and Smalling centre back, or allegedly, didn't do that great. Darmian left back, Carrick and Herrera, Lingard on the right, Martial on the left, Mkhitaryan 10, Rashford up front. So a decent side that should be doing a hell of a lot better. I think we'll see a different side in the second half. I'd be interested to see if he makes any substitutions in the second half, but I think we'll see a different side in the second half. We're very close to 1,000 likes on the video. Please drop a like on the video. It's just one click with the like button, and let's get to 1,000. Also, I said it at the start of the show, I'm going for a 69er tonight. We want 69,000 subscribers. We're still a little bit off there. The top corner is the subscriber counter. You can subscribe by clicking the hologram in the bottom right hand corner of the video. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and make sure you join us for other content. We're live pretty much every night at 8:30, and we're live tonight with the Sunday night show. And we're really going to be starting the debate off with what is Manchester United's first team 11, and what should Manchester United's what first team 11 would you like to see in August after the transfer window? Do you think we need a centre back? Do you think we need a right back, a centre defensive midfielder, an attacking midfielder, another striker? So we'll be going through that with guests tonight at 8:30. So subscribe, get involved, and join in with the United Stand. And for all those who were asking, if you go in the video description, we've updated our social accounts now. We are on Instagram, and we've got the Reddit forum as well. So get involved with that. Chat Manchester United with the United Stand 24/7. We're across all social media, so get involved. And as per usual, we've been fantastic on the live comments. Ricky Clarkson says Mourinho hasn't realised that Young isn't young. The truth will come out eventually. T-Dog Man, it's whizzed by. Sorry, T-Dog. Ali's made another contribution, thank you. He says Dzeko scored again. Wow, guy is on fire. He was obviously watching other football. Thanks for your fine descriptions of the play and the analysis, says Todd Hunter. No problem. Rojo and Smalling are not a good couple. There is no there's no chemistry there. Not mates. Interesting comments. I mean, Bay and Smalling seem to do better. Rojo and Jones seem to do better.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it, what Jose thinks his first centre-back partnership is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought he would have played Bay today and rest him for next week, seeing as he's on the yellow card for the Europa League. But obviously he hasn't, and has decided to go this route. And to be honest, I mean, I know we're drawing the game, and yeah, we'll probably end up winning the game. But I think it's going to be another mistake from the defence that's going to cost us.
Football Bears contributed a couple of dollars, and he says the 3 in 3 out for the summer. Both of you, who do you want? I'm going to do mine later tonight, but if you want to do yours, Marcus, what 3 in 3 out would you like to see?
3 out for me would be Jones, Ashley Young, and Wayne Rooney. And my ins would be, a striker to back Zlatan up, because I think we're too reliant on him. A right back, because I think Valencia needs competition. And probably a centre back as well. I would go with, let's see, probably Manolas or Varane.
Yeah, Varane's getting mentioned more and more at the moment. It's
yeah, I prefer Varane.
Michael Schofield says, what would your half-time subs be if there are any, Mark? I think Marcus touched on his. I think I might have touched on mine, to be honest. I would take Darmian off and bring Shaw on, for sure. And I would also, I would get Schweinsteiger on for Carrick. But I suspect we won't see Schweinsteiger today. I think like Alex was saying, I think we'll probably see Pogba. How can you donate, says Kane Riddle. If you can't see the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, it's probably not available in your country. You've got to be able to see that to do the super chat. If you can, then that's how you do it. D
Oh,
Ghost says, "Are you mad, Marcus? Keeping Jones but you want to keep Rojo?" I agree with you getting rid of Jones, because you could almost say Phil Jones has been worse than Rojo and Smalling today. Not on ability, but the problem with Jones, as I said in the first half, is he's always injured. You may as well get rid of him, because he will always let you down. It's not his ability. He will let you down because he's never fit. That's the problem with Phil Jones.
I think it'll be a shame, actually. I mean, to change the subject a minute, if Pogba and Zlatan, if either one of them come on, I think it'll be a shame to the rest of the players on the bench, because I think that will show Mourinho just doesn't trust them.
No. I think that's what will happen, though, as a prediction. I really do. Ben Tran says, Mark, are you surprised no Rooney at all, even on the bench? I think he's injured, Ben. That's the assumption I've been working to. And Gamer Blamer, Mark, do you regret United selling Welbeck? No. He plays for Arsenal. Look what he's done there. I mean, I like Danny Welbeck, but he's an Arsenal player now. I think he's tapped the badge or even kissed it. He can kiss my arse as far as I'm concerned. He's not a United player anymore. And Welbeck, I liked Welbeck. You know, one thing I would say about Welbeck that I liked about him was his effort levels were great, and you don't always get that. However, he'd have missed that chance that Rashford had. He's so... If he's got no time to think about it, Welbeck can score from 40 yards, but give him a clear-cut chance and he'll hit the corner flag, because he bottles it. Mark, would you have Robbie using a United shirt? Says Richie CR. I don't know which Robbie you're on about. Mark, would you have Robbie using a United shirt? Well, obviously I've got Robbie my dog. He can wear a United shirt. If you're talking about Robbie off the Arsenal channel, I don't think he'd want one. But if you're talking about Robbie the dog, yeah. Take Ashley and Lingard off, says Jefferson. And can you shout out League and Kane Yolando, please? New subscribers, says Kane Riddle. Do you think... Oh, new subscribers, yeah. Welcome to the channel. Happy to shout you out. Rashford should play on the left, says It's J. Cool. Why? I don't get this. Why should Rashford play on the left? He scored a goal up front. Zlatan's not playing, so play him up front. Got Martial on the left. The thing is, we're not using the left. That's the problem from that half. The teams are coming out. Welbeck can't score when he's got to think, says Sain Abid. Spot on. Fellaini's a good plan B. Not today. He's not even in the team. And
well, Zlatan's the plan B today, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I agree with you, but I think he will use Pogba. And there's some cheerleaders out here. That's one good thing about Blackburn.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see if there's any. Doesn't look like there's any team news for Manchester United, but we may be wrong. Can't
see any changes being made.
No. Definitely Darmian's on the pitch, Ashley Young's on the pitch, and Carrick's on the pitch. So you'd be an idiot to change anybody else. We nearly are at 1,000 likes on the video. Very, very close. Somebody just said that. Nice cheerleaders, says 1989 Nicky D. Yeah, that'd get you. Give you a boost at the second half. Certainly give something a lift. And Fellaini drives me nuts, says Todd Hunter. Darren Lamb. It's not my mum's house.
I was just going to sort that out, mate.
Yeah, get rid of him. Okay, we're ready to... We're off. There we go. Timer's up as well. And we're up and running on the second half. If you're on the bet with us, over 2.5 goals and a Manchester United win, 7-1. All United have got to do is win. And there will be over 2.5 goals. So, glory, glory. And I think they will do. Nothing's obviously ever guaranteed in football, but we should be winning this game. Slightly better start here. Ashley Young moving the ball quicker.
Well, something else that we need as well, a bit more faster passing in the middle of the pitch.
Well, we started quicker there, moving the ball fast. Then Ashley Young gets it, runs down a blind alley. Blackburn get all their players back, and he loses the ball. Time has started. Don't worry about that. It's 2-1. I'm in the ground, says Grindsman 76. Yeah. Fake news.
Nice bit of play there. I think it's pretty obvious the first minute Ashley Young's been told to get forward a lot more.
Well, he was doing that in the first half. I mean, the sad thing about this second half is that the camera angle in the first half was that the closest side to you was the right-hand side of United. This half, the furthest, the closest bit is the left-hand side, which I'm sure we won't bloody use. But play it on. There was a comment I did want to read. Could this go to penalty, says Ali Shahid? No. City drew with Huddersfield yesterday. It's replay. Ridiculous, but it would be a replay. We don't want a replay, obviously. That's a very good question because we'd not discussed it. We don't want a bloody replay in this, Marcus, at all, do we? We've got so many games. That would be a disaster.
Well, it would, wouldn't it? I mean, that's a hell of a congestion for the fixture list. If we get a replay in here, I mean, if it's still 1-1 going into the last 20 minutes, I think he's going to have to throw on. He'll have no option but to throw on the big boys, like to hopefully salvage it and not force a replay.
Yeah, I'd agree. We've got to win it. I think we will win it. Jack Doyle says it's time for Young to go in it, fam. You get me, blood? He said that, not me. I love how Young runs with head down, Andrew Thompson. It is so funny because I take my daughter to football on a Sunday lunchtime and she's very good. She's only like 6. But when she's running with the ball, she's always got her head down. And she often gets fouled and stuff like that because she doesn't see what's coming. And I've been teaching her over the last couple of weeks. Look down when you take your touch. When you've took your touch, look up and see what's coming. Ashley Young gets paid 120 grand a week and he doesn't know what to do. If she'd come back at that, if she'd said, Dad, Ashley Young gets paid 120 grand a week and he didn't put his head up, I wouldn't have had much of an answer, to be honest, because he doesn't.
No, yeah. There's not much you can reply to that one.
Oh, shot by Blackburn, saved by the keeper.
But again, it looks like Owen Coyle doesn't want to replay either if his team's still going out for the win.
Yeah, well, they're in the bottom 3, aren't they? So they don't want fixtures either.
I mean, that's a plus sign. So, I mean, normally with a result like this, with the lower league teams, they take a point, don't they, and cash in on the replays. Come on, man. God. Oh, even Daley Blinn could have done the job at left back today.
Yeah. He's not involved, is he?
Been involved for the last couple of games, and then today he's been dropped. Smalling coming out with a ball here, going back again.
Hog boom needed, says Ross on the on Twitter. Free kick to United. Let me read this out for you. Ashley Young never looks up when he's got the ball, runs along with his head down like a fat kid with a bag of Haribos. That's good. That is good. That is good.
Is that yours or someone else's?
That's one of mine. I've just tweeted it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was quite smug about that. Probably won't get any retweets on it, but we're pressing them in at the moment. Final third.
There doesn't seem to be any urgency at the minute.
No, it's much the same as the first half, to be honest. Everything going down the right, not using the left. I think Martial's had apart from a run out and a little bit of fitness, he's not really had a lot to do in this game, has he? Like Rashford.
Well, I mean, that's down to the service that they've got, though, isn't it?
Passing's been very off today as well. Darmin useless, says Mo Wadar. Come on United, says Moran Gaming. Mark, we're almost at 79,000. Not quite. Could do with a few more things. I don't know whether we'll make it on today's game, but do keep subscribing if you're new to the channel. And like I always say, we do more than watch-alongs. We're live tonight at 8:30 with the big Sunday night review, talking about what is United's top 11, best 11 at the moment, and what do you think it will be in August, or what should it be? But there's a lot of space in this game. We're moving, you know, there are opportunities to really move it and kick on, but I don't think we're committing players enough. I think Pogba probably would suit this game quite well because he runs at players, because there is the opportunity there, but we're just a little bit static.
Yeah, so it's all looking very one-paced. Lack of creativity again as well for me. But yeah, I mean, Pogba picking the ball up, running at them, committing the players as well.
Somebody just said even a Mata would be nice.
Yeah.
But then again, Mkhitaryan can do that. I just don't think we've used him enough. This is better. This could be a really good goal. Mkhitaryan just can't get quite in because the pass is too heavy from Lingard. Darmian should be controlling that, and now Blackburn get on the break, and he'll pick up a foul there. Lingard, I think he'll get a yellow card for it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think collectively our final pass has been a bit, whether you take final pass or finishing, I think all season it's been a bit off.
Yeah, we
get into good positions, but then we just always seem to mess it up with either the final pass or the final shot.
Yeah, and it seems to happen more and more as the season goes on. We're seeing it more and more in the first half of every game. It's just, you know, that's a stupid tackle giveaway there. Fuck's sake.
We've gone over 1,000 likes. Thanks everybody who has liked the video and got involved, as per usual on the watch along. You're absolutely brilliant and make it a pleasure to do. We will be live on Wednesday night, by the way. If you're not aware of it, UK time, 5 o'clock kickoff. So we'll be live at about 4 o'clock with the team news all the way through till full time. It's a bit of a foregone conclusion, I accept that, and I know a lot of people will have work and college and stuff, and you might not want to rush back to watch Manchester United play in France in a game that they've already won, but this is a good run by Rashford. Oh, I think he was trying to put it in. It was a good run though. But, you know, maybe can we have some wishful thinking and maybe he'll start Schweinsteiger? I don't think he will, but...
Well, he's already said he's going to go with a strong team, isn't he, for next Wednesday?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's concerned me a bit. I mean, do we really need a strong team for Wednesday, being 3-0 up? But,
I know, especially with the League Cup final coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but then, you know, you can see the point. He don't want anything disastrous to happen either. So he's got to take the team there that he trusts. As much as I hate to say it, I don't think he... Well, it's evident he don't trust Luke Shaw or Schweinsteiger at the minute. But how he can trust Darmian at left back, I don't know.
It's a shocking cross by Herrera. I think he slipped. He's got to take Darmian off at some point. You know, he is infuriating at times, Mourinho. He's definitely the right man for the club, but he's some of his selections. I mean, like somebody said to me yesterday.
Yeah, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I've got a loading sign. There we go. I'll see you.
We're back up, yeah?
Yeah.
Good out. We're not back. We are back. Cool. We're back up and running. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. All done.
Lost a few watchers. Let me just send a tweet out again. These things happen. No way Schweinsteiger's coming on. He's very wrapped up.
He don't look like he wants to come on anyway, does he? Scarf, hat, gloves.
Well, maybe he will start in the Europa League. I mean, I hope so.
You need to scroll down your comments, mate, as well.
Okay, let's get going.
Well, Ashley Young looks like he's all right to carry on.
One technical problem and you all run off, Red Nebed says. Yeah, you're like bloody Man City fans, aren't you? What, are you off to support Chelsea because the stream went down? We're back. Be interesting to see if we get everybody back because it went down by a hell of a lot. But this game should be getting interesting. I don't want a replay. We do not want a elite replay at all. And Ali has made a comment. Mark, what are you going to do when we hit 100,000 subscribers? Start planning. We're still a long way off. From that. But we'll have to think of something. I'll still believe it when I see it, but it'd be nice to do it. Pogba's coming on, well predicted by Alex. We saw that coming a mile off, and we need to win the game. Still disappointed about that, Marcus?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen Schweinsteiger or Mata, but I can understand Pogba coming on because, like I say, he'll get players to get round him and try and tackle him. But we need the big boys to come out. And we don't want to replay, and we don't particularly want to lose it, considering we're defending champions for the competition. So,
well, in fairness, we've had 15 minutes of this second half, and nothing has changed. It is it's got exactly the same. Apparently, Dorothy Devil's got the projections for the year. If anybody wants to know, talking about subscribers there. But yeah, it hasn't been any different. 15 minutes is just whizzed by. I mean, somebody just said they're bored, they're off to play FIFA. Plastic fan. I'm only joking. If you're bored, it's your life, folks. But obviously we will be staying watching because we are United fans. And but nothing's changed in this 15 minutes, which is disappointing to see. I mean, Martial's got the ball at the moment. Really not used him enough. And when he's been given the ball, I think he's played quite well. Lingard's just been shocking. I mean, he just falls over there. A really poor performance.
Yeah, he's not been good overall, has he? He hasn't done anything today to warrant a place for next week.
No, shocking again.
It's a bit of a shame, actually, considering there's probably places up for grabs for the cup final next Sunday.
Yeah, well, it's not just about that. I mean, yeah, cup final, brilliant, but it's not just that, is it? I've just been told. Dahir Hussein on Twitter says, "Shut up, Young can play well there and he has amazing delivery." Idiot. Oh God, you're getting in trouble for calling people an idiot. But Twitter's not as cultured as I would implore you all to get on Twitter because it's great for football, but it's far from being as cultured as our YouTube live comments. There's a lot of idiotic opinion out there. Good crossing by Martial. I think Martial's played well when he's had the ball today. Al Cato says Mourinho will start Lingard next week. Just you wait. Looking for me, aren't you, Mark? Says Darren Lamb. Put you into a timeout. I think you're just a troublemaker. And I like your hair. He's the idiot with the mummy comment, wasn't he? Lingard has been shocking, and he's off. He is off. Exactly, right decision. It's funny enough, I just tweeted that, and he's gone for Pogba.
Yeah, probably the right change, but I would have preferred Mata to come on first just to see if he could have unlocked the door. Didn't particularly want to bring on the...
He took Martial off.
Oh, what?
That is ridiculous. So he's going to put Rashford on the left.
Yeah. Oh. Well, if it works, we'll be saying he's a genius. If it doesn't, well...
No, he does this all the time though, Mourinho. He clearly has a bit of a problem with Martial, and he's his fall guy. We've just lost two pieces of pace now. And kept Carrick and Herrera on. And Zlatan should have scored though. Cross shot by Herrera. Oh, I think we'll still get over the line, by the way. But we've gone a little bit slow.
Yeah, we'll probably like you said, we'll probably get over the line, but it shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't be so reliant off a 35-year-old and Paul Pogba. You know, we shouldn't be relying on them two to come and save our game.
Generic Name 1 says, because Martial did not get a goal, do you think he will get dropped? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of stupid logic within the club like that, but I think Mourinho is wrong on this. I think Martial has been deprived of the ball because he's played an idiot at left back who's been a waste of time the whole game. And when Martial has had the ball, he's done something with it every time, but he gets taken off. Don't get it at all.
It's a strange one.
When you want to win a game, if we're 3-1 up and you take Martial off, fine. But when you want to win a game, you take, and I do believe that Martial is our best flair player. It's baffling, but we should still have enough to get over the line. You got Pogba and Zlatan on the pitch now. We don't want to, but to me at the moment, this looks like a replay.
But it definitely looks like that's the way it's going to go. But hopefully someone can pull something out of the bag and.
Here's Rashford down the left, though. I mean, he can do some damage down the left. Shoots, corner. He's got, at least Rashford will go direct, but.
Dester in the comments here says that Martial was looking a bit tired.
Matty plays Footy says Martial is the best Manchester United player. Corner for United, an absolute shocking corner, but Zlatan's managed to do something with it, and we'll might get a throw in. It looks like it might stay in. No, we'll get a throw in.
Darmian to me just looks like he can't be asked.
No, I don't know why he's on the pitch. In my head, no support to Martial because Darmian can't cross the centre line. Very good comment. I'm quite surprised. I mean, there he is again with his right foot when he should have took it on his left. Mkhitaryan, he might hit this. Gives it to Carrick. It's all a bit static at the moment. That's a good ball though. Why didn't he just hit it? Why didn't Rashford just hit that? Carrick puts him through. Just bloody hit it. Oh God. It's a superb ball by Carrick. It's like one of them little chip passes over the top and your forward reads it. He's running into the box and he takes a rubbish bit of control. He'd been better off just blasting it on the volley. Darmian, rubbish cross, waste of time. Getting a bit frustrating. We've got control now though, says St. Columbo. I think one goal will win it. Moada says Darmian is garbage, which he is. Darmian is so bad, says Dav. Okay, he's not been great.
It's the same story with him, isn't it? Every time he starts or he comes on, it's the same sort of generic performance from him.
Yeah.
He's probably one of these players now where Mourinho will look to get rid of in the summer. What is that? Come on. I mean, if he's got to play anyway, I'd much prefer to see him on the right-hand side.
Oh, Blackburn are in here. We're on about, maybe getting a goal ourselves. Bloody hell, decent cross. Romero was all at sea. And I just wonder what some people are on about. I got at Lane Manning on Twitter saying it was right to take Martial off. He looked disinterested and didn't do much. Never looked to take anyone on. I don't know whether they watched the game on the radio or something, because he's had hardly any of the ball. When he got the ball, he was trying to run at people and was playing passes all the time. It's hard to be interested when you're not getting the ball, mate. I'm sure he's not even watching us on here because it was a Twitter comment, but it's amazing what people see. It's amazing.
I mean, if Martial looks disinterested, then I wonder what he'd say about Darmian here.
Yeah. Well, here's Pogba on the attack. Oh God, it's all a bit forced. We get into that final position where you need either the shot or the pass, and it just breaks down. But still got 23 minutes to go. Tyrone Williams says Martial does appear lazy. It's his style of play. I don't think he does. He doesn't to me. I just know what his demeanour is. But he does say he shouldn't have been brought off.
See what? He's got one more substitution to make. So would you go with Matt or would you go with Luke Shaw?
I think he'll go with Mata because his substitutions have been based on those that he trusts, doesn't he? So I think he will go down that route, and obviously we're going to try and win it. Dan Buttersmith says Mata for Mkhitaryan or Darmian for sure, which is what Marcus just said there. It won't take Herrera off. Jack Pace is asking about that.
If you've still got intentions on winning the game, then you would have to take Darmian off for a forward player.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, I don't think we've used Mkhitaryan enough in the second half again.
No.
But Mkhitaryan's obviously gone out to the right now because we're playing. We've gone to a 4-3-3 now because we've got Carrick, Herrera, Pogba, and I mean this 11. This, I mean, apart from the back four, this attacking six of Carrick, Herrera, and Pogba, Mkhitaryan on the right, Rashford on the left, Zlatan up front. This is the team that we, a month ago we were saying this is our best team attacking wise. So you can moan about substitutions, etc., but it's a decent cross. Blackburn, I wouldn't, we've not really created a clear cut chance. I wouldn't say it's impossible for Blackburn to get another goal. I'm amazed it's been 1-1 because I think there are more goals in this, but it's just been sloppy from United.
Yeah, they've definitely not been themselves today. They haven't controlled the game as well as they should have. The passing's been sloppy. The ball in the final third as well has not been as accurate as normal. But I mean, that could all be down to the rotation of the team. But to be honest,
it's
it's
not.
By
Mkhitaryan there to put Zlatan in, but I think it's a throw-in or he was offside. Gungshi says we should be battering them, and Miles Dennett says Carrick's not been great today, which I don't think he has. I think I'd have to agree with you. Should be running a game like this. Although the pass he did a minute ago to Rashford, he should have scored.
Well, they're making such hard work of this as well.
The fact that we've just not created anything is disappointing. When we were dropping a lot of points in the league, we were making a lot of chances. We're not making that many chances at the moment. Herrera, wide. No Behi, no party, says Dawson Wolf. Out of all the cups we are in, which one would you like to win the most, says Jack Doyle. I probably would like to win the Europa League the most because we've never won it, and I think it's more important to United to get European experience for next year. We'd learn a lot more from that. But I think obviously the most obvious one we're going to win is going to be the League Cup, I think. But having said that, you perform like this against Southampton, and it's not a foregone conclusion.
That's just wide.
Gamer Blamer, Mark, do you regret United selling Chicharito? I think most United fans regret us selling him just because he was a poacher, a goal scorer. I'd never would have had him in a starting 11 for United, but for a last 20 minutes sort of player just to get in the box, he's a fox in the box perfectly.
Yeah.
What's made me laugh about Darmian now is he's actually started passing the ball to Rashford and bombing on forward a lot, but Pogba, Carrick, the passing's just abysmal. Although it's broke for us there. Herrera, now there's nobody on the penalty box. Mkhitaryan trying to put a cross in, there's nobody in the box. Mata on for Carrick, says Alaba. Southampton are one of our bogey teams, says Andromeda. Carrick's day at United are over, says Jack Pace de Bonino. Mark, would you take a Gaza in his prime or a Del Piero, says Sam Edogton. Gaza was amazing. We don't want a replay, let's win this, says Kellen H. I think Ashley Young's just going to go in the bench, in the book, which he is, yeah. No, what have I done?
There's a cross coming there, but only one player in the box. Zlatan.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of them? Well, Tyrone Williams said here, why is Rashford taking corners?
Substitution for Blackburn. We're going to Tense. It always is when you've got a bloody bet on it as well.
Yeah, makes it worse, doesn't it?
What do you think about Fellaini, Jeff Sponge? I try not to. Basil Shelby, I can't watch this match again. Don't watch it again. Who do you think will win the cup? Says Anton Priestley. Got no idea at the moment. The FA Cup is quite competitive. Obviously Spurs are through, Chelsea are through, Arsenal will be through tomorrow. City should beat Huddersfield and hopefully we'll get through. So that's 5 big teams in the last 8. So we're probably going to get, if we get through, get quite a difficult tie. There's a foul there on Smalling.
It's almost getting to the point of desperation now. And Darwin's been skinned again.
Come on, United. Let's just get a winner out of this, please. Schwarzwies Rot says Sunday league class, and he's not too far wrong. It's rubbish. I mean, ideally, I'd agree with that person who just said that. I'd like us to win and get Lincoln in the quarterfinals, because that, with all due respect to Lincoln, if we get it at Old Trafford, it's a bye to the semi-final, isn't it? But
yeah.
How Burnley managed to mess that up. With all due respect, it's brilliant for Lincoln, but you shouldn't be losing at home. Actually, I don't know whether they were at home. I think it might have been at Lincoln. No, I think it was at Burnley. Herrera with the shots. See, that's always a worrying sign when players are starting to shoot from 30 yards out. You know that.
Do you reckon Pogba and Zlatan's made a difference?
No, do you?
No, I don't think so. If anything, slower. Yeah.
Although that ball, he's got to finish it. Oh, that's world class. That is world class. That is absolute world class. That's Brilliant. Why you bring Pogba and Zlatan on. Fans running on the pitch, isn't?
We just said they made us slow.
Yeah, that'll be another one. That one. That's going to be another one going up on Twitter. That's why you bring Pogba and Zlatan on, though. It's a super pass by Pogba. Quarterback pass. Zlatan makes the run. He is onside. And he just takes his time. And the finish is superb.
Yeah, beer's on you tonight, mate.
Yeah, the bet's in. As long as United win, the bet's in now.
Yeah. Did you have Zlatan to score as well?
No, I didn't.
No?
I would. To be honest, I would not. I'm not going to lie. I would not have had Zlatan to score in this game because I didn't think he was going to play. My bet was going to be Rooney to score because I thought Rooney would play, but obviously he didn't. So.
Yeah. Oh, finally.
2-1. We can breathe, and you know what? I think you're right. Though what you said. To be fair, I think you made yourself look a bit plonker with it, but. For anyone who didn't hear that, Mad Marcus said, I don't think Pogba or Zlatan have done anything in this game, and then seconds later we scored. So if you want to go back and edit this later and put it on Twitter and just mock him, you're more than welcome to. We've not copyrighted the material. But we were quite Zlatan and slow, but that is, in fairness, Pogba's been doing that a lot. And I think that's one of the first times. Because I think, in fairness to Pogba, I've heard this said a lot, and it's right. Pogba would have a load of assists this year if people actually finished the sitters he sets up for them. But we did finish one there, and it was a brilliant pass over the top. Zlatan took his time and he finished it. So very, very good. Let me update the score.
Well, now, I mean, for me now, probably would be the time to get Schweinsteiger on or get Luke Shaw on, just to get that balance across the back.
I don't think he'll trust Shaw.
No, he probably won't, but if they leak a second for Blackburn, then then we're in shit street, I would say.
Well, it'd be nice to get the third goal because I do think Blackburn will chuck us in the last 10 minutes. I think they'll chuck a few long balls into our box, and like I said, I think attack is the best form of defence for us because I don't trust our back four at all. Dan Butterworth is right. Pogba's hit a lot of the woodwork as well. You know, Pogba could have had I think he's not had a bad season anyway, but he could have had a load more assists if people had finished the chances, and also if he'd not hit the post so many times, he'd have a few more goals. But Manchester City versus Monaco on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Well, it's not 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock, but that's going to be a fantastic game as well. Not because I ever like watching City, but because there's a few Monaco players that I think are of interest to us. Bakayoko, for one, is somebody... I mean, I'm not saying he's going to come to Manchester United, but I'm certainly excited to watch him. I've only seen him about 3 times this season, and most of them times have been in against not great opposition. So to see him play against a Premier League club will give us a gauge as to whether he can play Premier League football. So, yeah, well worth a watch, that will, on Wednesday night. I'm thinking of sort of doing a combined preview for Saint Etienne stroke Bakayoko Scout Watch. So I don't know how we're going to get that to work, but might just go live at 8 o'clock, and we'll think of something, because I know a few people are interested in doing that. Pogbridge huge, says Ali for United, and he's contributed to the channel again. Absolute legend. Post straight at the goalie. Jose Pullis, obviously not a big fan of Pogba. He just says 90 million for a long ball. But we've got to just be a bit more careful now. To be honest, Marcus, I think we've got the right sort of players on the pitch now to see this out. Maybe Carrick's not had a good game, but he can run a midfield. Darmian's not had a great game, but he's a defensive player.
Yeah, but again, I'd like to see Luke Shaw for Darmian. I mean, Darmian, as I said at the start of the show, bit of a liability at left back. It's not his natural position, even though he does play there and has done. It's not his natural place. But Luke Shaw, just to give him some minutes, 10 minutes would be, I suppose, good for him, and be good to see what Jose's done with him, if anything.
I tell you what, you can go on about whether you wanted Wayne Rooney to break the all-time goal record at Manchester United, but how many years do you think it would have taken Zlatan to break it? That's another goal for him. How many has he got now? I think he's probably. But if he played for Manchester United, I think he'd be a bit like Van Nistelrooy. I think he could get 30 goals a season easy, probably more, maybe 30, 35. So he'd be well. He'd be there after 8 years, wouldn't he? But obviously he's not going to do that now because he's 35. But another goal for Zlatan, and an important goal, because we don't want a replay out of this. I mean, it's not over yet, but we definitely don't want a replay. Pogba's hitting 40-yard passes like Beckham at the moment. Craig McCullough Games HD has contributed a couple of pounds to the channel. Thanks, Craig. And he says that's why we Pogba back, and what a signing. That's why we brought Pogba back, and what a signing. I think Pogba's a bit like Manchester United. He's probably a little bit behind Manchester United, in fairness. That the other night in the European game, he played brilliant because he's used to European football. Premier League's very, very different, and he's took his time to get used to it, but he's on that upward curve. And I think, Jose said it yesterday, in 2 or 3 years' time, people will say that was a bargain, 89 million, because he will just get better and better, but it does take time to get used to this league because it's so fast and energetic.
Yeah, a lot of the foreign players, they take a good
He's running this game now, though. This is a championship side, so you've got to say that. But he's toying with them. He's like, am I going to hit it 40 yards or am I going to skin you? And it's a joy to watch.
Yeah, but is it £90 million worth?
Oh no, but I think the £90 million never bothered me for 2 reasons. One, because Manchester United can afford it, and it's all money that comes in that the club earns from the fans. And 2, it's an investment for a young player who I believe will be one of the best players in the world. So you're not playing it for one season; you're paying it for getting hold of one of those great players.
Yeah, it's you'll always have haters because of the price tag that we pay for him. But I think the more games he plays, the more consistent he'll become, and the more he adapts to the Premier League. I mean, we know he was at Manchester United before, and went for his own reasons, whatever that was.
Yeah.
For his agent, but now he's come back. He's going to be here for at least four seasons. So hopefully he can make that position his own now. And like I say, the more consistent he gets, the better I think the team will be able to play around him.
Free kick here for Blackburn, though. It's not over yet. Don't believe it's over. They can get some balls into the box. They can cause us some problems.
Yeah, this is going to be a tricky last Was it 8 minutes left? 7 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, Pogba, Jesus.
Definitely a free kick. Marcus is a bit soft on, a bit hard on free kicks. You think, oh, should be a goal kick.
In fairness to him, he slipped. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he went 50-50.
Well, at the moment, it's looking good.
It is. I mean, it's not been a great performance. It's basically they've done what they've needed to do, haven't they? I mean, I take a result over the performance any day, just get through to the next round.
Yeah, definitely. What we got? About 10 minutes left, probably just a little bit under with added time.
Can't see there being much added time. It's only the Ashley Young injury, I think, wasn't it? Early in the second half. Well, at least the bets came in.
Yes. Well, we've got to win. We've got to win.
They're still coming at us, still going for it, which is good.
We might end up needing. I mean, they've not had many good chances in this half, Blackburn, but we might well need a third goal because I bet there's going to be a chance for either side, and hopefully it's just going to fall to us because we do not want to be getting involved in replays.
No, definitely not. It's. I think we've got too much going on at the minute. What with the Europa League back on the scenes again? It's a replay would be disastrous, wouldn't it, really?
Yeah, Romero just hanging about with the ball there. Well, the one thing I would say about both goals, Romero gets bloody lucky. He's messed it up. He's got to be offside. He's got to be offside. He is offside. He's lucky. It's a shot from outside, just inside the box by Romero, and he spills it, and then he makes two great saves.
Because that's always a problem with Romero. He's not the most comfortable as keeper.
Oh, he just spills it up. They are miles offside, but he makes another save, and they're offside. They're well offside.
I mean, he was flapping at the cross earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just. People are just saying, "What you doing, Mark?" I'm just setting up the live match reaction for after this game, and hopefully we will be celebrating a victory. But it's certainly not set in stone yet, and Romero seems to want to give us a few extra heartbeats because that was shocking goalkeeping. I think Ross said it before that the thing about Romero, he's quite a lucky keeper, but he's not necessarily a good keeper, and he certainly wasn't a good keeper on that. But having said that, we are still very much within touching distance of the next round of the FA Cup, which is all we really want, and hopefully we can get over the line.
Would you look to replace Romero in the summer?
I don't know, because I think our biggest concern, if we keep Romero and we've got De Gea, I'm not fussed. I think De Gea is the one that I'm a little bit worried about. Well, would you be thinking of getting rid of him? I mean, at the end of the day, he's only the reserve goalkeeper. Goalkeepers don't really tend to get injured that much. And, getting a good, decent reserve keeper is always difficult. I mean, even in our prime with Schmeichel and Van der Sar, you've had reserve keepers that, can you name any of them? Van der Hau, and
It's just that seeing what he's just done in this game as a whole, he's not the most reliable, is he?
Well, no, he isn't, and I'll never forgive him for the Swansea game last season. At the start of the season, he just literally dropped his 2 points there, but. Right,
yeah, he made that awful howler at Spurs as well, didn't
he? Yeah.
Oh.
Mata is going to come on.
Who's it for, do you know?
Rashford. Well, it's been an interesting old game, but United are definitely looking in a strong position. Rashford's going off for Mata, which is probably the right sort of substitution to take at the moment, because we are just looking to shut the shop up. I'll tell you what I would ask you, Marcus, because we are not far off. Who would be your man of the match in the game so far?
Overall, I would say Herrera.
Again, he sees a bit of an unsung hero. It's not the popular one to go with, because it's not been, by any means a vintage United performance. I suppose, this is what I said about the Saint-Etienne game, but how many of these games do you have before it becomes a concern? I suppose it's not a concern if you keep winning, but winning badly is a good thing. But you've got to interject that with some good performances, and it's not necessarily it's not necessarily an easy place for us to have come today.
No, it's not, and I don't think anyone has actually stood out from the team. I mean, Ashley Young's not been fantastic, but he's not a right back. Smalling, I say, is at fault for the goal. You say different. Rojo, not been fantastic. Darmian,
you say tomato, I say tomato.
Darmian has been awful. Romero's flapped a couple of times. I'll probably say Herrera. If I had a second option, probably be Mkhitaryan. It's one of the two.
Blackburn are still pushing. We've got 4 minutes of added time in this game, so it's still very, very much on. And just got to keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Don't give up. Money's at stake here, but it's a corner. This is not what we want. We don't want to do. I'd be bloody gutted on many levels if we blew this.
Yeah.
Cross comes in. He's well up. We should get this away. Darmian's got to stand up strong here and just not let the player do anything with it. They're going to chuck this in long, try and close it down. Oh God, Ashley needs to be Smalling. You see, that's where Smalling's decent in the air.
Yeah. Still doesn't excuse his mistakes though.
Make a mistake and Mad Marcus will not let you off. Right.
As much as I'd love it, I'd love everyone to be a perfect 10, but it would never happen.
Doesn't look like I'm going to get my 69. We were going for 69,000 subscribers tonight. You've been fantastic, and those of you who are new to the channel, very much welcome. Make sure you watch and tune in tonight at 8:30 for our Sunday night review. A few big topics to discuss. We're going to talk about what Manchester United's first 11 should be, what you might think it should be in August. But also I think there are a few things to discuss. Are we totally reliant on Zlatan and Pogba now that we can't function without them? Or really, did Mourinho get his selections wrong? Should we have been playing Schweinsteiger today? Should Luke Shaw have started? Should Fosu Mensah have started? Lots to discuss, because, is an injury to Zlatan or Pogba just basically going to end our season? We'll be discussing all that at 8:30. Mark Ramnath says, very lucky to win this. We've not won it yet, but if you did get on, I've not changed it. It's been going along the bottom of the screen all night, all show. Very brave of us to do that, I know. But you can sign up with Bet81 and go in the draw for a Paul Scholes shirt, which we're giving away a week today at the League Cup final, Watchalong. But if you were one of those who signed up before the game, you've just won 35 quid, because 7-1, United to win, and over 2.5 goals. Said it was money in the bank. It's not quite in your bank yet, because there's still 2 minutes to go, but it looks like a good one. And if you did miss out on that, don't worry, you can still sign up, and we'll have another one for you next week, because we do speak to them, and they are going to give us preferential exclusive Manchester United odds on a specific bet. That bet today was evens with every other bet company. We got it for you at 7-1. So if you got on it, well done. I'm just talking in the hope that the final whistle will go and we'll go high five moment. But it's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet. Herrera was the man of the match for Marcus. My man of the match I'll give you in a couple of minutes. I've got my live match reaction stream, which is going to come up straight after this. The link to that stream is in the first line of the video description now. So when this one ends, I'll literally be over onto that one within 30 seconds. But at the moment, it's looking good for United. Marcus.
Yes, it is. It's not been a fantastic performance, as we all know, but at the end of the day, job done. We're away from home as well. It's a tough game to go to. I did think it would be a tough game in the first place. But yeah, job's done, and through to the next round, hopefully, in the next 20 seconds.
It's looking that way. It's looking that way.
I mean, credit to Blackburn as well. They did make a game of it.
Cash back. Cash back. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. High five, everybody. High five, Marcus. High five, everybody who jumped on the bet. 7-1, Manchester United to win and over 2.5 goals. You've just turned a fiver into 35 quid. Psh, give us a high five, because I jumped on it as well. It was too good to be true. But it was true. So we've done it. We're through. More importantly, we're through in the FA Cup. A fantastic win for Manchester United. A lot to digest. I'll be doing that on my live match reaction in about 1 minute's time when we finished up with this one. But happy with that, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm happy with the result. Not happy with the performance. A bit of a lacklustre performance today. But like I say, job done. We're through to the next round and bring on Lincoln City.
Yes, we'd love to get Lincoln City in the background. I hope a few of you actually did get onto that bet, because a few of you are saying cash back and high five, Mark. I hope some of you did. But we will have one for you next week. If you didn't sign up this week, we'll sort one out for you next week. And obviously, if you have signed up, we're going to sort out some professional odds for you. But Lincoln would be fantastic in the Cup. We've ground out a result today, but we've got a result. Another result, not playing too badly. So very, very pleased with that. Thanks for everybody on the live comments. You've been superb. Well over 1,000 likes as usual, because you're brilliant, and we've hopefully read a few of your comments out. We'll be reading more out tonight at 8:30 on the 8:30 show, and in a minute when I do my live reactions. We're closing in on my 69er, but we probably won't quite get to 69,000 subscribers tonight, which would have been nice. But live match reaction is going to be... Thanks, Marcus, for coming on. Sorry.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Thanks for everyone in the comments as well.
And I will be over with my man of the match and review of the game on my live match reaction, which is top line of the video description. I'll be over there in about 30 seconds. But for everybody on this stream, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in about a minute on the live match reaction stream. See you in a moment.